or 877-25rhino.com. Genius.
No pain, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? I'm Dr. Nick Barnes of Health from Within Family Chiropractic. Our simple 5-step approach aligns your health naturally. We correct spinal abnormalities to maximize nerve supply, focus on pure and simple nutrition, exercise and oxygen, mindset, and minimizing toxins in your body. Transform your health today with Health from Within, conveniently located on Manchester in Rock Hill or online at healthfromwithinstl.com.
Get your biggest refund guaranteed. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will help find thousands worth of new tax credits, so you'll get every dollar you deserve. So why wait? Schedule an appointment with one of our tax pros and learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
Odyssey.com is a universe of audio, and it's where you can download the app to stream 97.1 FM Talk. The Odyssey app. Download it today and stream anytime from anywhere. Where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock, Riverviews, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. Visit GraftonLoadingDock.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Happy Friday. Welcome into the Annie Frey Show. Glad that you are here. A beautiful day right now in St. Louis. Hopefully, if you are in and around this area, you're enjoying maybe a little bit of a break from work, grabbing some lunch, and we appreciate you spending some time with us on this Friday afternoon. We've got an interesting show for you coming up here in a little bit. We're going to talk with Kevin Wheeler. Normally, we talk to him in the 1 o'clock hour. He's going to stop in here real quick before he goes and grabs lunch with the Glover Show. So we are going to talk to him a little bit about this big weekend in college basketball, St. Louis Cardinals spring training, and yes, that article that is making its rounds from Bob Nightengale and USA Today, and Mike Shildt. We'll talk to him about the ins and the outs of what we know and what we speculate on that situation. And Eric Schmitt is going to be with us in about 20 minutes from now. And the Attorney General is going to talk to us about how he has joined a bunch of other states from the union suing to get rid of that mask requirement that exists right now on transportation everywhere. You know, if you haven't noticed that there are CEOs of major airlines who have banded together and also asked for that mask requirement to be removed as well. So I'm really hoping for my travels. Certainly a lot of folks have spring break coming up and you might be going somewhere. Let us know if you are and how you feel about wearing a mask. I think if you were going to wear a mask anywhere, I could understand potentially wanting to wear a mask in the airport if you were a mask wearing type of person. If I don't have to wear one, I'm not wearing one. And I think transportation is about the only place, maybe health, maybe doctor's offices and stuff like that as well. So, and then in the 2 o'clock hour, I cannot wait for this. Van Leeuwen ice cream is a trendy New York City ice cream. And I had heard about this, I had read about this, and every time they are now in Walmart with their pints of ice cream, and they have a flavor, Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream. I don't know if you've heard about this. If you have, please join us on the live stream, the Annie Frey YouTube channel, Annie Frey Show Facebook page, and comment and tell us what you think about it. I got some. We're going to share it with the whole crew in the 2 o'clock hour, along with, I think I have 4 other flavors that I am going to share with the crew. We're going to try them. And they don't know what the other flavors are. They know the mac and cheese flavor, but they don't know the rest of the flavors. Kevin Wheeler coming in the studio right now. Let's get to our
I wanted to make an entrance.
You did? I love it. It's always good to make an entrance.
Hey, Eddie! Let's talk a little business of baseball here.
This is a simple game. You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball.
That's There's no crying in baseball.
Cardinals, Blues, and more with sports reporter Kevin Wheeler.
Have you ever had mac and cheese ice cream?
No.
Well, 2:00.
Yeah.
Little dessert after your lunch with Glover this afternoon.
I don't know.
You want to tell everybody where you're going?
Is that
so they can
actually?
come
I
in?
have no idea. I don't know. I'm just gonna follow along. I'm like the little boy. It's like, I'll go where you guys go.
I love it. There's this brand of ice cream. It's from New York City called Van Leeuwen ice cream. I actually Googled how to say it because it looks like fancy words that I like above my pay grade. Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream.
No, thank you.
Do you like Kraft macaroni and cheese?
I do.
Do you like ice cream?
I do. I don't like them together.
Do you know that?
Yes.
You're convinced.
Every instinct in my body is going.
Not?
Every instinct in my body is going. No. Things that are supposed to be hot should not be eaten as ice cream.
Well, we are going to find out at 2:00.
Good.
And we have some other flavors too that are pretty wild that I haven't revealed quite yet.
Again, depending on what they are, there may be something in there that might make some sense.
Okay.
But I'm not real big into the whole, hey, let's take real food and make it ice cream thing.
I can't wait to try it. I cannot wait to try it with the crew. First, before we talk about baseball, I want to talk about the fact that Eric Church, who is a country music artist that I love. Do you know the story?
I do.
Eric, have you heard the story, Brad?
I have.
Eric Church is the kind of country that is current that I can still kind of stand because I'm a 90s country girl. And he had a concert this weekend, tomorrow, that he canceled because he's got to watch the Duke UNC game. Good move, bad move?
So horrible. That is so soft, man. Come on.
Is this legendary
I mean, you know how
stuff?
you goes. Like, think about it. When you buy tickets to a concert, usually it's
months and months.
5-6 months in advance, and people are planning a babysitter.
It's
and,
not cheap.
Some people are traveling. I mean, not everybody that goes to a show is like real close to that show. And a week out, you just blow it off because you want to watch a basketball game. That's weak. And I'm the sports guy, but that's weak.
Yeah.
Because I'm a concert guy too, and if one of my bands did that, I'd be
Who's your
pissed.
band?
Oh, you don't want to know.
No, it's metal.
Yeah, you don't.
It's heavy metal.
I want to know.
Do I
Your
know
listeners
the band?
don't want to know. They'll be like,
What is it?
My favorite band?
I know you like heavy metal.
Slipknot.
Oh, yeah.
They're filthy.
Oh, they're the best.
I just had to say that
They're
for them.
so good.
They're filthy.
They're so good.
Well, who's the Christian rock band that sounds like Slipknot, but it's not Slipknot? And I always get those two confused.
I could not
Number
tell
one,
you.
nobody sounds like that.
No. Not like their music sounds
But
like. The name, I'll come up with it. Switchfoot.
Switchfoot.
Switchfoot, right? Didn't
Honestly,
they cross over?
never heard
Yeah, they had some crossovers.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been in that world, and you haven't been in this one, but that's okay.
It's not Slipknot, though.
Yes, Switchfoot and Slipkot.
I mean, they're close. They
Different
sound
kinds of-
alike. They're
It's
close. Same number of
rough.
letters almost.
Yes. So I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Need to Breathe and Slipknot, and people are like, what? No, wait a second.
That's
That's
like
not right.
macaroni flavored ice cream.
It is. It just doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So Coach Krzyzewski's storied career is going to come to a close one way or another this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And Duke UNC, legendary NCAA matchup, especially with Coach K at the helm. They've never met in the postseason.
I don't think so.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So wild you'd screw over like an entire stadium worth of people who wanted to come see you play your music. Eric Church says this is that big of a deal for him.
So soft.
Who
Do
wins?
your job. Do your job. So how many, me being the sports guy, you think Adam Wainwright's going to not pitch on a Saturday night because there's a game on that he wants to watch? You think that any professional athlete would be like, you know what? Eric Church is in town. I'm not going to pitch tonight, or I'm not going to play. I'm not going to be at the ballpark.
That's more ridiculous because Eric Church could be in town somewhere else the next night, and you could go do that. This is a once in a lifetime.
No, that's actually a good point.
This is never going to happen again.
This is actually worse than a professional athlete saying, "Yeah, I'm not going to play tonight because I want to do something else."
Yeah,
it's worse because you're right. You're only at best you're coming through town once a year at best. Probable once every 2 or 3 years. Because
Coach K is never going to coach Duke against UNC again. Ever.
I mean, how many games have you watched in your life? And again, I'm a sports guy.
I'm not really advocating for what he's doing.
Just saying, God, that's soft, man. Do your job. You made promises to people. They gave you money. Do your job.
DVR it.
Yeah.
And fire anybody
you can watch
who
it
spoils
right
it for
after
you.
the show. Nobody's going to bring you the score while you're on stage. You know, it's not like somebody in the front row is going to hold up their phone going, "Duke's winning!"
Not the people who paid that money to be in the front row. They want to see you.
They're going to have the camera the other way filming what's happening on stage.
Do you care who wins this game?
No. I don't have any money on it. And I don't like either team. So
you sound a little bitter.
Yeah, the fan doesn't go. I don't have money.
Well, I mean, Kansas beat my Hurricanes last week, so I'm done. I'm out.
But I mean, if you're not a Tar Heels fan, if you're not a Duke fan, I find it kind of hard to cheer for either one of these teams.
Yeah. My daughter has decided this for me.
Okay.
My adult daughter, by the way, the one that's about to turn 25. It's not like a child came in and said, "I like this team."
Yeah.
No, she decided it for me. I'm going to root for North Carolina because starting in the fall, she's going to go get her PhD at North Carolina. So I'm going to be picking I'm going to root for the Tar Heels. I don't really care. I'm just making something up. But
what do you think of Coach K?
Yeah, I mean, he's just like everybody else. He's a great coach.
Uh-huh.
You know, he can be annoying, but everybody that wins a lot can be annoying.
Sure.
And, there are times where I think he gets a little whiny, but I think he's easily one of the 3 or 4 greatest college basketball coaches of all time.
Brad, do you care who wins that game?
Not a bit.
I kind of want to care, but like if I see him win, I'm like, well, of course he won. If I see him lose, I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. And of course, every time Duke wins now, everybody's like, "Oh, see, Fix is in." Trying to get Coach K at his last one.
You are so jaded.
No, I'm not. I don't believe that. I'm just saying that's what's happening, man. I'm telling you, sports fans we're something else.
Yeah. I think you're filling your time.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to avoid like the rest of the things that we talk about on a regular basis.
Not trying, succeeding.
We're all very envious of it. So let's talk a little bit about the Cardinals. First, I want to talk about how spring training is going, specifically Paul DeJong.
Yeah, he's been great.
Kind of good news there.
Yeah, spring training stats are really hard to put a lot of weight into. But what you can watch is, like, what is somebody in particular working on? So if a pitcher has a pitch that they want to improve on or added a new pitch, how's that look? What kind of successes they having with it? What are the numbers telling us about how fast if it's somebody, for example, that tried to add velocity, did they? Is the fastball faster? Jordan Hicks is throwing 100 miles an hour again. Looking pretty good. And 100 miles an hour with like 18 inches of arm side run. That's
good, right?
Yeah, that's a lot. So like things like that are easy to observe. And for a hitter, it's a little bit more nuanced, right? You're seeing how are they approaching certain pitches, and not so much whether they get hits or not, because that's all random. You can hit a ball hard, hit a ball 100 mile an hour right at the center fielder, ins and out. And you can also get a bunch of hits that are a little, as we like to call them in the baseball world, we like to call them duck farts. Bloops. They're bloopers. And you get some of those. And look, Paul DeJong had a couple of those the other day. Had a couple of like soft hits
duck
to the
farts?
Opposite field. Yes. And
didn't have that on my bingo card.
Oh, it's today. A great one. It's one of the best. There are a lot of them that you can't say on the radio, but that one you can
that
say.
One's allowed.
You can say that one. But there have been some good signs from DeJong. Things that he was working on in the offseason, staying more toward the middle of the field, not being as pull conscious. You get pull conscious, you start cheating on fastballs, and then you can't hit off speed, you can't hit away. So hopefully those will be real changes, because
if you're not hitting in spring training, that still says something.
If
you are hitting,
even if you're not hitting in spring training, it might tell you that you face Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer back to back in the same game, which the Cardinals did a few days ago. It might tell you that you've hit a lot of hard ground balls right at the shortstop, or you've hit a bunch of line drives in right field, or you were working on something specific. Like going the other way, and you were getting pitched in, and you can't do those two things at the same time. So it's really hard to know what the results mean, but you can see a little of the process. And I'll say, this is not saying that DeJong is going to break through or anything like that. But last year, one of the guys that showed these things that we're talking about was Tyler O'Neill.
Oh,
he was hitting the ball hard to right center field. He had a couple of home runs to right center field during the spring. He was doing some of the things that he hadn't done before, and it did actually kind of foretell a breakout season. The problem is it's not scientific, but it's much more nuanced than, like, I think DeJong's hitting 400 something. That's not telling us a whole lot. But based on what you see, it seems like he's having some success in the areas that he's trying to improve on.
So it's good news.
Well, and if he does it in April, then it's better news.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Let's talk a little bit here before we let you go about the Bob Nightengale USA Today article that came out talking about Mike Shildt's departure. When Mozeliak fired him from being the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals. If you haven't read the article, I'll sum up for you real quick here. Basically, Mozeliak was sitting down with Shildt on a Zoom call. The anticipation that Shildt had was that they were going to maybe discuss his extension. He had 1 year left on his contract. And the quote is, "This isn't going to go the way you expect it to go."
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, first of all, I was even debating whether or not I wanted to make this joke, but I'm going to because I'm a jerk. But you know that open that you played when I started?
Makes me think like he's an angry elf.
No, I'm not angry. I'm not. Because I like everybody involved. So it's actually a very hard thing for me to sort out. But look, man, there's no crying in baseball. Mm-hmm. People get fired.
Yeah.
I really liked what Mike Shildt was all about. I loved how he went about his business. I love his story because so much of what happens at the major league level is everybody's a big leaguer, like they played in the big leagues or they almost played, like everybody's got that. He didn't.
Not him.
He comes from like American Legion in high school ball,
which is awesome.
And he was a scout and he was an instructor and then he was a rookie league manager. I love everything about Mike Shildt. I love the path that he followed, and he proves that you don't have to have played a sport to be good at managing or coaching or even
he kind of broke a narrative.
Yes, and I love everything about what he did, and he worked his ass off for years to get to this position. But all of us have bosses, and if my boss comes to me tomorrow and says, "We're getting rid of sports, so Wheeler, you've got to talk about
you come join
country
us.
music or politics or whatever," and if I say no,
guess what?
Or I push back too hard, guess what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
I won't be there anymore and somebody else will be. And that's kind of what this has been reported by a lot of people in different ways.
So you're saying if you have philosophical differences with somebody and the other
Your boss.
person is the boss.
Yes, you lose.
That ends the
you
same.
lose, right? I mean, there's two ways to get fired in professional sports as a head coach or a manager. One is to lose a lot of games, and the other is to not get along with the people that are your boss.
They made it clear. The Cardinals made it clear it was not a performance.
No, they were
issue.
winning. Yeah, no, they were winning. So there are a lot of I shouldn't say a lot. There are a few different ways that this has been discussed, right? The players have said, the ones that have commented on or off the record have said, like Yachty did an interview in Puerto Rico right after it happened. He's like, there was nothing in the clubhouse that I was aware of.
Yeah.
Nothing involving the players. But there have been reports, and Bernie Miklas has written about this. I believe Ben Fred has. I know Derek Gould's covered this like in depth. But there have been some people that have said that there was tension on the coaching staff, that a lot of guys didn't like the way that a lot of the coaches didn't like the way he treated them. And I don't know. That could be one coach. That could be six of them.
It's a he said, she said. Well,
and it's not on the record.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying these things on the record. So we don't know.
Will we ever?
No.
So.
And, we don't know the part that went into we don't know exactly what went into the whole Shildt-Mozeliak dynamic, right? But we know this. It happened after 5 or 6 days of organizational meetings. That means manager talking to front office evaluating the coaching staff, talking to the coaching staff. We don't know exactly what the tipping off point was, but it's clear that there were things that Mike Shildt wanted to do that were different than what the front office wanted to do. Whether that was keeping the hitting coach around.
Jeff Albert,
that's been a documented thing where there was a little clash between them.
And that was philosophical too.
Again,
right?
it's a different, yes, it's
Matchups,
a different way of
numbers.
looking at the game. Albert's approach is analytical for sure. They do a lot of work on, the technology involved in hitting instruction. And, Shildt may have been more old school in that regard, or maybe they just didn't see eye to eye. I mean, that happens sometimes. But I think there's too much of it put on that one thing. I think it tells us something that the entire coaching staff is back except for the manager. Well, some of them were free agents too. Mike Maddox could have left. His contract's up. He's back. Actually, no, I think he had one more year. But there were guys whose contracts were up that are back. Mm-hmm. And some of that is they obviously like Ali Marmol and all of that. But we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know the words that were used. We don't know if there was an argument. We don't know how bad the whole thing was, if it was even bad with the coaching staff, right? I mean, in the Nightengale article, Tony La Russa was pretty clear. He's like, well, it must have been in the front office.
Yeah,
maybe it was, but that's also a manager's perspective. I won't disagree with Tony. Tony knows his stuff, and he knows that every manager, they all know each other. They all run in the same circles. They know, and they know people who know each other,
and they know how it works.
But they're part of a very specific club.
Mm-hmm.
And they tend to stick together, just like players stick together. And, his perspective on that isn't necessarily wrong. Again, we don't know. but it's going to be the perspective of a manager. He's not going to blame his buddy. He's not going to blame somebody who does the job that he does. It's going to be, of course, the front office. And maybe it is the front office's fault.
Sure.
I mean,
there's a lot that we just don't know.
Yeah.
And we know a little bit more of where Shildt is coming from today than we did before that article came out.
Yeah, sure. A little bit.
His vision of it.
A little bit. I mean, he was, but we knew at the time he was blindsided by it, that he didn't think it was coming. A week before that, the reports, Derek Gould and others around the team were like, yeah, an extension is possible, because he was coming into the last year of a contract. So whatever changed happened fast. That doesn't mean that the process that led to it was super fast. It may have been a thing that built up over the year, and in the end of year meetings, things got aired out, and the front office hears things they don't want to hear, either from the manager or about the manager, so they make the change.
Yeah. All right. Kevin Wheeler in here with us right now. Last question for you. Do you think that Shildt has a future career in managing somewhere?
Oh, yeah. He's definitely good. And
he's going to stick the landing.
And this is the thing. I'm not sure that going through all of this publicly helps him.
Right.
I'm not saying it'll definitely hurt him, because the truth is that
it's one of those feels good in the moment to get your side out, but then you're going to be dealing with that.
Well, it's just it's all about perception, and you don't know how individual
politics
GMs. Yes, exactly. You don't know how another owner or another front office perceives what you're saying,
because they're on that same side as Mazalek was, at least in the negotiation process.
Maybe they look at it and say, that guy was done wrong. We wouldn't have fired a guy for a disagreement. I mean, who knows? That's the problem. Is you have every one of these people is different. Every one of these humans is going to do things a little bit differently. But I don't know that it helps to make it clear that your heart will always be in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Or with the Cardinals, because you spent your life there. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't change, right? If he's managing the Padres next year, I mean, he's going to be fully invested. He's going to be in.
And he's going to want to beat the Cardinals.
I think he'll manage again. He's been very successful. He's well respected in the business. And I also think that, where Tony La Russa was coming from was trying to protect that too, right?
Sure.
He even mentioned it. Tony's like, well, that could poison the well for him down the road. I don't think it would, because these front offices talk. So if there's a problem that's a real problem, they'll know it.
Everybody will know.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to know, that would need to know it, whether they're going to hire him, they will know.
All right. Mac and cheese ice cream at 2:00.
Good. Enjoy.
I think. Well, just come back at 2:00 if you're curious. There's other stuff I think you might like too. Thank you for being in here. Enjoy your lunch with the Glover Show. Tell them we said hi. We're going to take a quick break, just a minute or so here, and speak to the Attorney General from the state of Missouri when we come back. We are very glad you're here. The Anti-Fry live chat YouTube poll today. Which show member do you most relate to? Is it Brad? Is it Hannah? Is it Wiggins? Is it me? Go to the live chat, vote, tell us why. We'll be back in about 90 seconds with Eric Schmitt. Don't go away.
A while back, we at AmericanEagle.com were asked to build the e-commerce site of a major candy distributor. With the need for a website that could take into account everything from shipping times to local weather, because, candy melts, the task was not like taking candy from a baby. Fortunately, we live for a good digital challenge and free bonbons. So we got to work on a slew of complex integrations, including a shipping algorithm that factored in variables like distance, speed, and location. The website even let the end customer personalize their candy for special events, like weddings or, major website launches. When all was said and done, our client enjoyed a significant increase in traffic, which we were also well prepared for, and an increase in average order size. A sweet result indeed. For complex e-commerce sites, digital marketing, UX, and more, talk to the experts at AmericanEagle.com. Don't just grow, soar.
Your garage door is the largest piece of moving equipment in your home. When it needs help, call the experts at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Their certified technicians repair all brands of doors and openers, and you can even schedule evening and weekend service. Just call 314-781-5200 and always look for the red ribbon. It's your assurance you've got the genuine, the original Overhead Door, the most trusted garage door company in St. Louis since 1926. For same-day service, schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. 314-781-5200.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Frey Show. Thank you for spending some of your Friday afternoon with us. A reminder, you can stream us live on that Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, find 97.1 FM Talk right there. Make sure you favorite the station and listen to the 97.1 crew, including the Frey Show here noon to 3. I want to get straight to our guest, Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmitt, on with us again. Welcome back to the show, Eric. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Good to be with you. Before we get to the serious stuff, it's just nice, although you were talking about the Shildt stuff, which isn't actually on the field stuff. It's nice, opening day's coming, Cardinals, they signed Pujols. Although that's exciting. I don't know if I understand what mac and cheese ice cream is. I heard a little bit of that. I'm a little scared of what that might be.
We will report back to you after the 2:00 hour, after everybody tastes it, because my thought on it, the reason why we're doing that is if it was a New York City like fad and trendy thing for people to try, and then they manufactured it and got it in Walmart, there has to be something to it, right? It can't be terrible and be in Walmart. So we're going to test that theory out at 2:00.
Well, it sounds terrible.
Yes. I mean, I've seen the pictures of it. It is the exact color of Kraft macaroni and cheese. So we'll brace ourselves and see how that goes. Talk to me about this latest lawsuit that you've joined other states once again when it comes to mask mandates on transportation. What are the efforts here?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last remaining vestige of this virtue signaling COVID theater is the forced masking on public transportation, like airplanes. I think most people, how they would interface with that. And it's just, it's beyond time to end all of this. I think the thinking was about a month ago that they were just going to let this thing expire. They didn't. And so 21 states, including Missouri, have filed a lawsuit against the CDC to end this. The idea, and by the way, on masking on planes, it's 2 years old and up. I think it's over 2 years old.
Yes.
I mean, they're well ventilated. This stuff has all been debunked. They've held on to this, and it's time to let it go. So I would say this is the sort of the last wave of these mask mandates under the previous variant. Although, as we've talked about before, Annie, I'm not so sure there's not going to be another variant and they try all this stuff all over again. So.
Yeah, they just pop up at the most opportune times. One of the things I remember having traveled on planes in 2020 even was reading they had like cards. I flew Southwest out of St. Louis, and it was talking about how the air ventilation systems that they have on airplanes filter the entire air that is in the airplane is filtered out, and brand new fresh air is brought in like every 2 minutes or something. It's real. Reading that, it was almost like this is one of the best places right now that you could be.
No, that's exactly right. And interestingly about that, Amy, we noted in the lawsuit that there are places that they've dropped the mandate that would, they're not as well ventilated as airplanes. But again, I think this is sort of, this last vestige of what it meant to virtue signal, to make it look like you cared more than everybody else. So the CDC was pushing this out. There's no science or data behind it. And, sort of related to this, there was a story in the Washington Post this morning I tweeted out on the Twitter machine about, the anxiety and the depression and the increased suicide attempts among teenage girls, teens altogether, but particularly among teenage girls, because of these restrictions. And so the CDC is actually issuing a warning and issuing a report about these increased dangers and bad outcomes from policies that they were actually pushing for the last 2 years plus. And so, they need to be held accountable for this. I also mentioned on Twitter that, when I get to the Senate next year, we ought to hold Iran-Contra-like hearings with Fauci and the others responsible for this. We have to make sure this never happens again. But, he's on cable television, CNN, I think earlier this week, talking about, we don't know if the lockdowns worked or they didn't. And, these restrictions might come back. It's just nuts. I mean, these people have completely lost their minds.
Speaking with the Attorney General from the state of Missouri, Eric Schmitt, I've had people message me and talk to me about the mask mandate lawsuits that you filed here locally. And I'm seeing that in Kansas City, you've pulled back on some of those. And the question that I continue to get from a group of people is you pulled the kids aren't being masked right now, but the rules are still in place that if the positivity rate or whatever the measurement is that says that these kids do have to wear masks, if the rate went up over that, these kids would be masked again. You had the lawsuits in and then you pulled them back. And honestly, the word that some people are using is that it's a virtue signal, that you're using these as an opportunity to elevate your appearance in this moment in time. How do you respond to people who see you pulling back these lawsuits against these schools Why would you pull them back now?
Well, there's three buckets. And first of all, I don't think there's been no attorney general in the country that's been more committed to unmasking our kids. And by the way, was the first AG to bring the OSHA vaccine mandate, and we won on that too. So this, for me, this COVID tyranny has been something that I think, reeks of government overreach. It's something that I'm fully committing to dismantling and making sure what, never happens again. There's three buckets. To answer your question, there are three buckets. There are 90% of the school districts in Missouri that never had one, which, by the way, the data will show you they fared better than the districts that did actually have mask mandates. That's one category. Then there were school districts that had just a full-blown mask mandate. Then there were some that had sort of these triggers, right? Now, almost all of them have pulled them back completely. For the purposes, and we still do have a handful of these lawsuits alive because we are still trying to make sure the court recognizes the fact, which is the underlying legal issue, that school districts have never had the authority granted to them by the General Assembly or in state statute to, number one, force quarantine of healthy kids, or two, force the masking of kids, right? They don't have that authority. If they want it, they got to go to the General Assembly, and I think the answer to that will be no. So we do have a couple of cases alive to actually get to that point. So that's a legal strategy. But we don't have the case. If you don't have an active mask mandate right now, those cases are not live. But I will tell you this, for the people who are wondering about that, the minute that actually the mask mandate goes into effect, we will sue them again. But this is really about getting at the issue of districts that actually have, in practicality, a mask mandate right now, not theoretically. The ones that do, that are forcing their kids to mask, those lawsuits are still alive. For the ones that have triggers that they don't have a mask mandate right now, we have pulled back on those. But the minute a new variant comes or somebody makes a bad decision again, that lawsuit will be live again. So
are you losing time? Like if you've had those?
No, because it's a moot point. Ultimately, it's a moot point in front of the court. If you don't have an active mask mandate, these don't happen right away anyway. We had a temporary restraining order in Columbia. We subpoenaed the superintendent and they dropped it. So a lot of these districts have dropped it. There are very few that still have these triggers left. But we're not losing any time because ultimately the remedy is a temporary restraining order, which happens really quickly. We filed, and for anybody questions that, I think it was the peak day of Omicron, we filed the 45 lawsuits. So I've entered this arena completely unafraid of what the Post-Dispatch or other people might say. There's always going to be people who question your intentions. But for me, this is about the fundamental question of who gets to decide that, parents or bureaucrats, and that's never going to change. So when and if there's a mask mandate on any kid in the state, we're going to sue that school district. That's not going to change.
Well, I love the way you're explaining this because it's very relatable to what we're experiencing in the state of Illinois, led by a lot of parents, because we don't have an attorney general in the state of Illinois who cares about these types of things. The attorney general in the state of Illinois is just in the same camp as everything that the supermajority of Democrats in the legislature are doing. And J.B. Pritzker, who has been a disaster for our state. But they sued him. He appealed it, went to the appeals court. It went to the Supreme Court. And I mean, the word is moot. That you use the word, that's the legal word. A lot of people in Illinois now understand the word moot because the Supreme Court said we can't rule on something that isn't in place here because they took away the emergency authority that the governor had to put this into place. They said we can't take masks off of kids from a regulation that doesn't exist. And I was
right. You're not going to be able to unmask a kid that's not being forced to wear a mask, right? And so that's sort of where we're at in the process. But again, if these things come back, and I fully expect some woke bureaucrats at some point to say, every winter we've got to mask up or something like that. I mean, I'm not going away on this. I just think it's really detrimental to kids. It's not based on science and data. It's based on power and control, and we have to pry this power away from these folks who never should have had it in the first place. And they don't under the law, which is the legal issue. But there's also, from a practical perspective, they're not effective and they cause a lot of damage.
Well, I know that you have been very receptive to people who have been reaching out to you and contacting you about these things. We have a listener, Michael, on Facebook. It says, my kid is 4 years old, still being forced to wear a mask in St. Louis City. He wanted you to address that. I asked him what school. He said preschool in Lafayette Park. He actually said he emailed your office this morning, and the response that he gets from the school is that they're following the public school rules. So this is an anecdote, and I'm sure people all across the listening area have stories like this. What is your advice to somebody like Michael who's listening right now, who's hearing you say that these are gone, but they're still at a specific school that may not be abiding by what you're explaining?
Right, to reach out to our office, honestly. And it's one of the reasons why we launched when we issued those cease and desist letters to all these school districts across the state in December, we got 11,000 emails come back about instances of school districts who were violating what we said they have no authority to do, which is forced masking. So we've had this interaction. Unlike any AG office in the country, we've extended that out now, by the way, with the Student First initiative, which we announced this week. Let us know of this crazy curriculum and training materials that are in your schools, because Springfield Public School District had something that got leaked, the oppression matrix. We sued them for more documents. We sued the Missouri School Boards Association, which is some sort of sacred cow that you're never supposed to go after, because they were working with the National School Boards Association, working with the Department of Justice, who's weaponized the FBI to go after parents. So I'm fully committed to sticking up for parents. If there is something that's going on, let us know. If you see objectionable curriculum, like, for example, that oppression matrix, or the gender unicorn, which I posted on Twitter that's out there, or this pyramid of white supremacy, where if you say you believe in colorblindness, that you believe that people should be judged on the content of their character, not the color of their skin, that's covert white supremacy. This stuff is nuts. And the left tries to tell people it doesn't exist in our schools. That is a lie. It does. And we want to further expose it. So we encourage people to reach out to our office, email our office like Michael has, and we'll take action where we can.
Before I let you go, and we appreciate you sticking with us here for just another question. I don't know if you're familiar with Libs of TikTok. It's a Twitter handle. And
yes.
This account just roots out these educators who are so boldly talking about the things that they bring out of their classroom when it comes to some of that curriculum that you're talking about. And last night they came out with one from the St. Louis public school system. And this is the tweet that they showed. I may be tired, but I'm out here doing my best on hashtag Trans Day of Visibility, and received What Are Your Words? A book about pronouns by Bibliagato from Less Prejudice, just in time to share its message with my students. She teaches kindergarten in the St. Louis public school system. What are parents supposed to do with this information?
Well, let us know about it, by the way, because this is part of empowering parents. They show up to school board meetings, number one. Number two, we're able to kind of just widely disseminate that so people know that this isn't just a graduate level course, because that's a lie. It's not just being taught in law schools. And by the way, when you train teachers and staff and administrators on this divisive ideology, it doesn't need to be one particular class. It colors the lens that everybody views everything, which is this race essentialism, right? Which is you divide people by the oppressor and the oppressed. How about teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic, right? How about teaching science? Why is this political ideology ending up with grade school kids? It's got to come to an end. One other thing that Michael and others can do is contact your state legislator. We are pushing, big legislative push I have in the General Assembly this year is a Parents' Bill of Rights, one of which is to ban stuff like this, right? To make sure you don't have ideologies that exist that separate people by race or gender or religion, because that is what this is. It's antithetical to the American idea that all of us are born with, certain rights, equality of opportunity. People can pursue their dreams. This is destructive. It's a Marxist ideology that 10 years ago, people would have thought this was a conspiracy theory that somebody made up. It's happening. And Libs of TikTok actually has done a great job of exposing it. Our Students First initiative is part of that, right? Which is to let people know they have someone they can go to share this information. But school districts have stonewalled parents. Parents in Springfield, the reason why that case came to us, Annie, was they asked for documents. Hey, what is this oppression matrix? Where else is this in Springfield Public School? They said, well, we're really glad you asked. That's going to cost you $165,000 to find out, to do the document search. And so then we came in and said, no, you don't. You're not. And they told us there was a huge fee for it. We said, no, you're obligated under the Missouri Sunshine Law to provide this information, not just to me as the Attorney General, but to parents. And so, again, I'm not backing down on these fights. I think these are really central to how we educate our kids, and it should be about achievement, not this kind of woke ideology.
Real quick, do local public school boards have the right? There's no mask mandate, and there's no law. Do local school boards have the right to say, for our school, this is what we're going to do, and we want kids to wear masks in these circumstances? Do they have the right to do that?
The individual school?
Yes.
Or the district?
The school board of a specific school or district, or however that works.
That's what they've been doing. I mean, that is honest. That's what they've been doing. Each individual school district has made this decision. Now in the St. Louis region, where most of the mask mandates existed, by far and away. Because like I said, 90% of the districts out there never had one in the first place. But we argue in the nature of our lawsuit, the underlying legal issue in our lawsuit is they've never been delegated that authority. So no, they can't have one. They've never been delegated the authority to quarantine a healthy kid, right? Because those were the two big issues: forced masking and quarantines, where kids were being
kids
sent
from
home
education.
Right, and remove it from education. And by the way, parents work, and they got to figure that out. Even when they were asymptomatic, they had no issues. They had no symptoms, and they were being told because you were in the same classroom with somebody who tested positive, you got to stay home for 10 or 14 days. They don't have the authority to do that either. So those are the two big issues that we argue that the state law has never given them the power to do. And then the school districts come back and say, oh, yes, we do. We get to, send kids home who are sick. That's authorized specifically in a statute, which is our point, which is if you are sick, you can have somebody go get a doctor's note to come back, right? That's one thing. Sending a healthy kid home for 2 weeks, that's a whole nother thing.
Well, we're going to continue to follow this along with you. We appreciate the efforts that you're putting into, especially with the transportation thing. I mean, anybody who's thinking about potentially traveling over spring break here coming up would probably love the opportunity to not have to wear masks on planes while they do it. And you and all these other states that are on this one, we wish you success for freedom.
Thanks,
and liberty. We appreciate talking to you.
Thanks, Annie.
All right. Bye-bye. Attorney General for the state of Missouri, Eric Schmitt, with us right there. Schmitt, Eric at Eric_Schmitt on Twitter. I'm getting feedback from folks here. Some of you love everything he was saying. Some of you who are pushing back on it, let him know. Reach out to his office and talk to him. His office is incredibly responsive to these communications. And I know people personally who have contacted him and actually seen movement based on that information. He doesn't know what he doesn't know, at least on a hyper local level. Make sure that he does. Make sure you heard him, tell him you heard about him on the Annie Frey Show. Quick break. We come back. Wiggins America. Wiggins, one of the guys who is in that poll today, the Annie Frey Show YouTube live chat poll. Which show member here do you relate to the most? Is it Brad? Is it Hannah? Is it Wiggins? Or is it me? And then make sure you give us a comment as to why you voted the way you did. And Hannah has asked me to remind you she's going to do a little Ask Me Anything in about 45 minutes from right now, and she'd like a little bit of your help. Is there a question that you would like to ask the crew? We'll jump in there right now and put it on the live chat comments section and ask your question, and it will be featured potentially later in the show. We'll be right back.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. The Mark Cox Morning Show.
Rick Jenkins over in Lviv, Ukraine.
I've seen nothing like the threat of what's going on in this war, just now entering its 6th week, because it has no rules, Mark.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
If you are looking for somebody who can provide you the very best in orthodontic work, I need you to check out Hensher Johnson Orthodontics, because these are wonderful, kind people, but they really, really understand how to deliver the care for you or for your kiddo, your grandchild, that they are going to feel comfortable when they go into this office. They're going to meet the staff there. They're going to be welcomed, and they're going to be taken care of. My kids, the older two, went to see Dr. Jody at Hensher Johnson Orthodontics and really just raved about the experience later. It's kind of an intimidating thing to go into in the first place. I mean, of course, if you're a kid, you're just automatically thinking you're going to go there and they're going to hurt you, because that's what kids think about any medical facility. And they had a wonderful time, had the whole imaging of their mouth, and we learned everything we needed to know about the future needs that our kids are going to have when it comes to orthodontics. The oldest one, going to need a little work. The younger one, nothing right now. And I trust Dr. Jody. I trust her staff to give us the right information when we're in there. If you're looking for an orthodontist, please consider Hensher Johnson Orthodontics, 618-400-0900, online at hensherjohnsonortho.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter.com/hire.
Mark Cox here. Guys, let Victory Men's Health help you regain your vitality by optimizing your hormones, vitamins, and sexual health. Victory Men's Health has the most cutting-edge technologies to treat ED. They have wave therapy. Listen, this is the biggest advancement for men with ED since the launch of Viagra. That's pretty incredible. They do the treatments in their office. Victory Men's Health offers wave therapy in both their Illinois and Missouri location. Check them out online today at victorymenshealth.com.
Hi, Sean Long for STL FenceWorks. For over 50 years, our time-honored commitment to quality, service, and affordability make STL FenceWorks the go-to authority for fence, deck, and leisure space projects. During these unsure times of severe inflation and supply shortages, you can depend on STL FenceWorks to meet your needs. Being the #1 fence and deck contractor in the state, we've leveraged our position to make contract buy-ins hedging against price increases. Also, our buying power has allowed us to stockpile fence and deck material. There are no shortages at STL FenceWorks. In fact, we have more fence and deck material on hand now than we have had at any time in our 50-year history. Lastly, our commitment to a quality and customer-first approach has never wavered. Your project will be completed by experienced craftsmen in a timely manner, and our lifetime warranty reinforces that commitment. STL FenceWorks warranty surpasses anything offered in the industry. Visit stlfenceworks.com and allow us to bring your backyard dreams to life. As always, at STL FenceWorks, your satisfaction is our passion.
How might this week's big stories impact your portfolio? Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale with Stifel. Join me and fellow Stifel financial advisor Eric Robert during On the Money every Saturday from 11 till noon right here on 97.1 FM Talk. Stifel, member NYSE and SIPC.
Hi, George Weber. Check out my alter ego, Skip Weber, every Saturday night, 9 to 11. The Saturday Evening Rock Show, the greatest rock and roll show on a talk station in the world. Don't miss it.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Love the song. Thank you for being with us here on Friday afternoon. The Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. Which show member do you relate most to? Is it Brad? Is it Hannah? Is it Annie? Or is it Wiggins from Wiggins?
Annie Frey, have you been following the saga around the gas tax holiday?
No.
Okay, well, about a month ago.
This would be the dumbest thing the Democrats do.
About a month ago, the Democrats were really pushing this, especially in the Senate. There was a caucus of them that were out doing the rounds on the TV shows pushing it. Yesterday, Pelosi declared she's not going to take up a gas tax holiday, but has then said that the reason is, well, we have to fund the Highway Trust Fund, which is like, okay, is that really the concern? But she's then said, no, actually what it is that we need to be giving people money for gas. So instead of removing the tax for gas, we're going to turn around and give you your own money back for gas. So there are camps forming here. Republicans seem to be more in favor after the initial wave of Democrats saying it. It seems to be that Republicans are now in favor of removing the tax, at least temporarily, and Democrats are not, but in favor of giving you your own money back via maybe prepaid gas cards. Are you in favor of that?
Hell no. Why would the reason the Democrats don't want to get rid of Nancy Pelosi's a genius here. You remove the gas tax and then people understand that the only reason they're paying gas high prices at the gas tank is because they're laden with taxes that go to other things that don't ever actually make your roads feel like they're better. The Democrats want to do what the Democrats do, which is take all of your money and then decide how much of it you get to use for the things that are actually useful. The dumbest thing they could do is give a gas tax holiday, which is why they won't do it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's playing out across the country because then right after that story popped up, Chicago is now offering Mayor Lori Lightfoot. There was talk that they were going to suspend the gas tax and states across the country may be going to do it. Chicago has said, instead of the gas tax, how about if we offer $12 million of prepaid gas cards to our residents? So it's amazing watching in real time the philosophy of government just play out, that Republicans generally saying, we don't even want the tax to be there. And Democrats saying, we're going to leave the tax in place, but then return your own money to you. Crisis after crisis, we're going to start funding you with your money to get you through this, get you dependent on the government. It seems like that's the entire point of this.
That's the entire point of the Democratic Party.
Yes.
This isn't really like a new plan.
No.
It's just how they operate.
Yeah, but I mean, we're moving from crisis to crisis, and the solution continues to be more and more often now, we're going to give you money to get through this. The government will. We'll take care of you.
I think it's pretty consistent. I just think we're seeing more of it because the government's own power at all the federal levels. So, or the Democrats own all the spots.
Yeah.
That's going to change soon. Hey, we're going to try some macaroni and cheese ice cream, Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream at 2:00. But when we come back, we're going to do a little Ask Me Anything. Get your questions in on the YouTube live chat. We'll be right back.
Attention investors. How would you like to collect a government-backed check with secure double-digit returns in as little as 21 days? The tax lien code is going to expose the best-kept secret in real estate investing in a free 20-minute Kickstart video. Text the word INVEST to 26022 now and let their free video show you how to earn government-backed returns up to 25% with as little as $50, or how to invest in tax-delinquent homes that are 50% off market. Plus, see how you can access private tax lien inventory not available to the public. So if you want to become a real estate investor that buys tax liens from the comfort of your own home, then text INVEST to 26022 now and get your free Kickstart video. Text INVEST to 26022 right now and you'll get free tickets to attend a live training in the St. Louis area that will include your VIP tax lien bidder number, a power bank charger, and a tax lien investor kit free to all attendees. So text INVEST to 26022. That's INVEST to 26022 for your free Kickstart video.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie Siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free no-obligation consultation today.
Yachty and Waino are back for another season in their legendary careers. On Saturday, April 9th, celebrate their long-standing battery with one of 4 mystery jerseys. That day, the Cardinals host the Pirates, and 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home a mystery jersey featuring either Yadier Molina or Adam Wainwright, courtesy of Coca-Cola and Walmart. Which one will you get? Find out on Saturday, April 9th. For tickets, visit Cardinals.com.
2021 marked the 50th and final season of Mike Shannon's legendary career in the broadcast booth. Sunday, April 10th, when the Cardinals host the Pirates, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home a one-of-a-kind Mike Shannon bobblehead. Kick off the 2022 season and honor the longtime voice of the Cardinals with this commemorative bobblehead thanks to Phillips 66. That's Sunday, April 10th, the Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Shannon bobblehead. Get your tickets at Cardinals.com.
The Fed has raised rates.
But there's still time to lock in Golden Oak Lending's low 3.25% rate.
I'm James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak. With home values at all-time highs and our low rates, you can pull more cash out of your home.
Call 314-567-GOLD today.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
NMLS 114937, 3.25% fixed, 4.361% APR. FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
A pandemic-era rule is ending. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The CDC says Title 42, which expels many asylum seekers to help prevent the spread of COVID, will end May 23rd. It started under the Trump administration. Former Vice President Mike Pence telling Fox News repealing it is a mistake, with a surge already underway.
It really is a disgrace that the administration would literally take us from the frying pan to the fire. We're a crisis on the southern border, and now they're intent next month on making it even worse.
The Biden administration says it's a CDC decision and that it has a strategy in place to manage an increase in migrants. A bill to decriminalize marijuana passes the U.S. House. Again.
For the second time in 2 years, in a mostly party line vote, the House advanced a bill taking marijuana off the federal list of controlled substances.
Congress has been out of step on this issue. It's called cultural lag. We're finally coming around.
Tennessee Democrat Steve Cohen says the bill gets the federal government out of the way of states legalizing pot. Many Republicans, like Georgia's Buddy Carter, say descheduling marijuana sends the wrong message.
Marijuana is nothing more than a gateway drug. It leads to other, harder drugs.
Senate Democrats are pledging a vote, but it likely lacks the 60 votes needed there to advance.
Fox's Jared Halpern on Capitol Hill. Earlier, a moment of silence in the House to honor Capitol Police Officer Billy Evans, who was killed 1 year ago tomorrow when a man rammed a barricade with his car. An Alabama man who had a car full of weapons, including homemade explosives, parked near the Capitol on the day of the Capitol riot is sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison. 72-year-old Lonnie Leroy Kaufman pleaded guilty in November to local and federal firearms charges. America is listening to Fox News.
Americans don't trust big media. The source you can trust is Newsmax. Find it on all major cable systems or download the free Newsmax app on your phone. Millions are watching Newsmax and the Newsmax team with Rob Finnerty, Eric Bowling, Sean Spicer and Lindsey Keith, Greg Kelly, Stinchfield and Rob Schmitt. Plus weekends with Huckabee, Diamond and Silk, Gorka and Wendy Bell. 20 million people have made the switch to Newsmax. Try it. You may never go back.
Near historically low mortgage rates may not last forever. If you're in the market for a new home or your dream home, go with a lender you can count on. For competitive rates, over 300 loan products and thousands of loan consultants to help make sure you get the home and the mortgage that you want. Call now to see if you're pre-approved. 866-888-LOAN, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Cool temperatures stay with us as we go through our Friday afternoon, about 59 for the high, but plenty of sunshine out there. Tonight, clear skies giving way to increasing clouds, 38. The weekend, Saturday, clouds, a couple of showers Saturday morning, very limited rain, but some showers around, then turning partly sunny and windy, 62. Sunday looks great, sunny and 65. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
Direct link here we're seeing in these numbers between what you're talking about with the economy and Joe Biden standing in the polls and his party's standing in the polls.
After my predecessor's fiscal mismanagement, we're reducing the Trump deficits and returning our fiscal house to order.
There's nothing that has caused political ruin more than inflation.
Right here, right now. 97.1 FM Talk. Home title theft.
That's the identity fraud you really need to worry about. Why? Because home title theft is on the rise. It's devastating, and you can even get evicted from your home. Look, credit card and bank identity thefts are a nuisance. But if a thief gets your credit card, the card company handles it. And the same with your bank account. Your bank covers it. But when a cyber thief forges his name onto your home's title, he can take over your home and even have you evicted. That's why you should protect the legal title to your home with Home Title Lock, America's leader in home title protection. The instant they detect a foreign or domestic cyber thief tampering with your home's title, they mobilize their U.S.-based experts to help shut it down. Protect your most valuable asset. Go to gettitlelock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. And use promo code RADIO for 30 free days of protection. Again, that's gettitlelock.com. promo code radio.
Stewart's American Mortgage is looking for you to reach out to them so they can help you navigate this kind of weird economic time, especially if you are looking at some high interest credit card debt, if you have other debts that you're looking to pay off and you want to tap into that equity that's in your home. A lot of home values have skyrocketed over the last, 18 months or so. And if you were looking to take some of that equity out of your house to get rid of some of that high interest debt, you have found no better partner than Stewie and Stewart's American Mortgage to make that happen for you. When you use the bagel loan, you are going to pay zero in fees that other lenders will charge you for, which makes this a potentially very smart economic decision for you to get that refinance, to move the money from the equity in your home and get rid of that credit card debt that just can't seem to get rid of, or maybe other loans that you have that you just need to see go away. Reach out to Stewie at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Call him or text him. Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
This is a great time of the year to upgrade the energy efficiency in your home with my friends at Window World. Mark Cox here to tell you more about my experience with Window World. They replaced a couple of windows at my house. They were just panes of glass. We wanted to be able to get some airflow into the master bathroom. They came out, they gave us a free estimate, and then had the windows, it seems, installed in no time. Very professional, lifetime warranty I get, and you get an extra double strength glass on their replacement windows that's not common. So you're getting a great price, simply the best for less. They do front entry doors, rear entry doors if you're looking to replace that back door or sliding glass door in your home. They've got a great selection at Window World. They're also right now offering 18 months, same as cash financing, of course, with approved credit. The preferred window of the St. Louis Blues, 314-993-1800. windowworld.com.
I'm Dr. Nick Barnes at Health From Within Family Chiropractic in Rock Hill. At Health From Within, our mission is to transform the way you manage your health by bringing you the truth about health and healing. We use proven techniques to remove interference in the nervous system and maximize health naturally, without drugs or surgery. Connect with me at healthfromwithinstl.com and join me for Maximize Living on this station every Sunday at 8 a.m. or download the Maximize Living podcast, healthfromwithinstl.com.
Odyssey is your home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the Odyssey app today to listen to 97.1 FM Talk, even when you don't have a radio. Always streaming at 971talk.com. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock, Riverviews, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. Visit GraftonLoadingDock.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Final Four taking place tomorrow. The championship for the NCAA happening Monday. And Ryan Wiggins just said he's going to win my son's pool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible. I'm verifying.
You're
yeah,
kidding
so am
me,
I.
you
I'm
guys.
verifying.
You know
it as
why
well.
Brad is verifying?
Because he still has a chance to win, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He thinks that he's going to win.
I'm actually ahead of you.
Yeah, you are right now, but it doesn't matter because the final game and the final...
How many points? How many available points do you have?
It does matter.
No, because you and I have different teams winning.
But-
So I
but
would
it's-
leapfrog you easily if Villanova wins. Easily.
But Ryan, you can't say it doesn't matter if he's ahead of you because he still has as likely of a chance to win as you do.
Yes, I'm just saying.
So it does
at
matter
this point,
that
the
he's ahead
points
of you.
the points don't matter because whoever wins is going to win.
Well,
He's got
hold
Kansas.
on.
I've got Villanova.
Hold
His
on.
line
Hold
is it
on.
anyway?
Hold on.
Fight!
Go ahead.
I'm down past 36th, and I still don't see you.
Oh, weird, because I'm way at the top. Maybe you just overlooked me because you
Are
started
you talking
so far
about the
low.
NCAA
Yes,
tournament?
I'm talking about the tournament that all of us signed
Is
up
this the
for.
basketball pool or the bowling pool?
It's the one that
Barb,
I'm
Eric,
in.
Leonard, Kyle. Oh, there he is, Ryan.
Yep, right there at the top, right?
Ryan's red and
my R&D bracket.
So no, you don't have a chance to win that.
I do.
No, you don't.
Look again.
No, because you were only allowed to enter Ryan's reasonable bracket, which is your entry. This is not an entry.
He's just talking. So you're talking about winning the actual pool and the money,
the
right?
money.
Brad's talking about winning in here. But if he wins, you're saying because he had 3 brackets.
He had 3 brackets. He had to pick one, and he picked the wrong one.
I have news for you. You're both right and you're both wrong.
Okay.
There you go. Solved it.
Well, if by
I asked you what we were going to talk about when we come back, this needed to last longer than 120.
Well, the problem is that by the standard that Brad had, which was pick at this moment, I originally picked my reasonable bracket. But by the end of that segment, I said, you know what? No, I want to go with R&D bracket.
Yeah, but who did Annie put in charge of that?
I have no idea.
Brad's the commissioner.
And I'm the commissioner of the league, and that was the rules that I set forth.
Here's
you abide by those rules.
The league being
you will abide.
and Annie.
Hey, listeners at home, can you tell who runs the show?
You will abide by the rules that I have set forth, and you picked
things?
your reasonable bracket.
I
you
actually don't
picked
even care anymore.
You picked your reasonable bracket because you named it your reasonable bracket,
That's right.
and it wasn't very reasonable.
I wish you guys were competitive.
Here's what matters. Ultimately, who wins the money? Can we agree?
Well, I'll tell you
that's
what.
the most important
That's not
thing.
what matters to Brad.
No,
he
that's
just
what
wants
matters to you.
Beat the room.
This is exactly like politics. You have an end game, Ryan. Brad, you have an end game. They're completely different. You're arguing about things that can't be resolved with the other person's argument. And instead of listening to each other and talking it out and feeling the other person's perspective, you'll never come to a resolution. So let's do feelings.
Here's the thing. It's not going to matter come...
This is what he just said, and I busted him for saying it doesn't matter. So.
Well, it's not going to matter come Friday because Villanova's playing Kansas.
Today's Friday.
Yeah. Or when is the game? Saturday. It's not going to matter after Saturday because, it's going to matter after Saturday, but we'll have an answer because.
Well, that's exactly
Villanova
what I said
Kansas.
to Ryan. Why it would matter. So I guess I'll say it to you. So I guess you guys agree.
Yeah. Once that happens, then we'll know.
Because you have Kansas winning the whole thing.
I have Kansas
and I have Villanova. So we'll know after.
Is Villanova all you have left in there?
No, I have Villanova and Kansas.
Is Villanova all you have left in there?
I had Duke in the Final Four, I think. But I really prefer North Carolina to win that game, too.
So I need to root for North Carolina over Duke so you don't get those points. Because who's in your
rooting
final
for
game?
North Carolina over Duke.
Who's in your final?
I think I had Gonzaga. So that doesn't even matter.
The Anti-Fry YouTube live chat poll right now is which show member do you most relate to? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah? And I will tell folks that I am not winning this poll right now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got to be Brad, right?
Don't look. We'll get
I'm
to
not.
it later.
I'm not.
I actually was going to say on the air that, I mean, I would have thought, I'm not trying to be egotistical about it, but that most people listen to the show because they relate to me in some way, shape, or form. So I was kind of interested to see how the other 3 of you shaped up. So if you haven't voted yet, please go vote and be heard. Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah, those are your votes. And then comment in the live chat, especially maybe this conversation that you two just had might have really made him feel something.
Yep.
For you or against you.
So Ryan's final in that bracket is...
Let's go back to this.
To the thing that's important here.
I'm not done yet. So it's going to be decided on Villanova and Kansas.
Well, in this room, yes.
No.
Oh,
overall.
because you don't even care about that poll. That's right. You want the reasonable, which was done. Okay.
No. I'm talking about the R&D. That's the one I just looked at because your final in that is Kentucky, which is out. So
but there are other people in the pool that have Duke.
Okay.
So it's not just that game.
Okay.
But between us, it is.
Between us, yeah.
So
if Villanova goes out, though, you don't have anybody left.
No, if Villanova loses, I'm out.
And
Kansas loses, you're out.
Right. Because I have Kansas, you have Villanova. So after that, then like you would need Villanova to win to get all the points.
Actually, if North Carolina wins and beats Villanova in the final, I still would win the pool.
This has got to be just like so interesting to people home. I'm not even paying attention to the show right now.
I look over.
I'm reading
she's
comments.
Doing something else.
I'm trying to produce the show over here and read the comments of people who are coming onto the live chat to talk about who they relate to. Some folks saying that there are a lot of conservatives who want a gas tax holiday. Well, yeah, I want a gas tax holiday. I want an all tax holiday.
All taxes. That's
It's not like, oh, this is a really great idea. Why didn't we come up with that? It's
right.
the entire purpose of the Republican Party.
Yeah, exactly.
Is to stop spending.
Remember
and
the Tea Party?
No actual idea that exists behind the Democrats saying, well, we shouldn't take a tax holiday. What we should do is give them gift cards so that they feel like we really care for them. Bull crap. It's just so that you can stay in office and you can try to persuade people to think that you're Santa Claus on any freaking given day. That's what the Democrats are doing. They're playing politics and they're doing it on your dime, which is what they do every single day. That's the whole purpose, is that they take your money and they put it in a big pot and then they hand it back to you. Some would call it redistribution of wealth. But they can't do that unless they take it first. And if they've taken your money for so long and they decide to give it back to you, you compare that to saying, well, why don't we just let them keep the money in the first place? Because nobody's going to want to pay that gas tax when the holiday gets over. And then they're going to have to explain that. And they're not going to want to because it's going to show their ruse, which is why I'm not in favor of a gas tax holiday, because I'm in favor of repeal, not a holiday.
Exactly. Annie.
Don't dare start talking about basketball again.
I have no more to
Did you
say
solve
on
it?
that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're going to argue on Saturday and it'll be fine.
I
Fair.
think we will be texting a lot on Saturday.
I think that the tournament, like, especially in those first 2 days, people pour over their bracket. You pick an upset. It's so exciting. It's worth like 2 points. And if you have the two people in the championship game,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
worth like 700 points.
Yeah, that's why I don't like that everybody does the 32 points for the winner now.
Mm-hmm.
Back a decade ago, it was more common to see 10 points for the winner. Every round, the first round was worth 1, the second was 2, 3, 4, and I think the final was 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like exponential the more you go through,
Yeah, I don't like
to where you really can't win, and it makes the earlier rounds less important. I don't
Mhm.
like that, but I'll take it this time because it benefits me. Annie, that topic, the gas tax thing, I think what's driving me crazy about it is that it's becoming so much more frequent now that any problem in the United States is now solved by the Democrats going, oh, let me give you some money back. Here, take your milk. You
That's
can
how-
take off the government.
That's how they solve every problem.
Ben
If there's
Stiller.
any, if there's, gosh,
Good grief.
if there's any issue, they're like, well, what we need to do is we're going to throw this many billions of dollars at it, and we're going to throw this many billions of dollars at it. That's all they've got.
They're just spending money.
Yeah, just throw money at it or bring it under more government control. Whatever they can do that will either expand government or give them something to throw money at, that's their only solutions. And that's one of the things that made the Trump administration so good was they would come in and be like, you know what the problem is too many regulations. So for every one regulation you want to install, you have to remove 2.
Yeah.
And so it stopped, like, getting people to remove regulations is incredibly difficult. That put a brakes on adding new. And the economy just took off.
Dang it. People starting to like Brad more now because
He's just
making
campaigning.
good points.
He's campaigning.
I don't like it.
I will vote for anybody that takes that strategy.
No,
Let's
we're
shrink
talking about
government.
people voting for you on the poll.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're gaining points right
See,
now.
he's
Brad.
like, I'm not playing.
I'm not
in
playing
this
politics.
YouTube poll.
I'm just speaking
I'm
from
not
my
even-
heart.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that I want to win that poll because that
Advocating.
makes me common.
Yes, it does, you commoner. Unless I'm winning, then it's
I just want to
elite.
represent the little guy. An vending machine in every classroom.
I like to think that I'm unique. I'm probably not.
I don't think that winning a poll and being likable makes you average.
Yeah.
Relatable. It's who are you most like?
You don't want to be relatable?
I like being unique.
You can be unique and be relatable.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I guess I don't understand what relatable means then.
Like Hannah, for instance. She's a dancer. Very unique, but very relatable because people like watching dancing.
That's weird.
I don't.
Who are you people who are voting for him? How is this happening? D to the C, make a hit ad on Ryan right now. Put something together. Smear Ryan Wiggins. Going to the YouTube live right now, the poll, which you can go vote on, that I am not winning at this point in time, which is pretty crazy. Don't go and vote for me just because I said that. Like, I actually want to know who on the show you relate to the most. Myself, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah. Now I'm tied for first.
If it's Hannah,
Just
doesn't that
don't-
reflect poorly on our ratings?
Our ratings are
Because
very good.
She's on the least.
Our ratings are very good. It's quality, not quantity.
That's right.
But the Rover on YouTube comments, this poll is horrible. Why do you want to ruin your show? Because it will create animosity. Are you new here?
Yeah. That's all we do is just fight with each other.
Yeah. I thought, wow, we get along so well together. And we just really, really like each other and everything about each other. let's create animosity.
Let's throw a wrench in that. Brad and I opened this segment just fighting over a NCAA poll. Like, it doesn't even matter. Not even the money part.
I went and peed while you guys did that. Took a quick potty break. I think it's not. Should people know if we do in real life get along, or do we not talk about that yet?
Let's do a poll about do they actually get along in real life.
You got to comment if you think we
Caleb
do.
and I are going to fight.
What? Can you read it or not?
Caleb, welcome to the YouTube chat. He says, I'm new. I thought the bald guy was Brad.
No, don't read that. Dang it, I should have read it before I said, can you read it? I'm not bald. I just cut it so low. I'm bald. I'm going
You can't make bald jokes, folks.
No, you can't.
You can't make
You
bald
get
jokes.
slapped for
You
that
know
kind
what
of thing these
happens?
days.
It comes out of nowhere.
If Caleb was here, you better watch out. Because I would walk out there and I would just Will Smith him.
And you know what? You would get arrested.
And then I'd win an award.
No, you'd get arrested. No, that's not how that works.
I think it is.
He's like, then I get the Gracie.
He steals it, and then you get arrested twice. You go out there and you do that, you get arrested, and then you say to the police, no, you can't arrest me. And then you just go back and sit down. Just
right.
like Will Smith.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Him saying, they said that they tried to arrest him, and he basically said no.
Oh, that was the story? I thought that the Academy had talked to Chris Rock or somebody else, and they said, no, let it alone.
The Academy has come out and said that they tried. I'm gonna see if I can find the actual story so I don't get it wrong. But yeah, they were
I was
going
under
to.
the impression that it was the police talking to the Academy, and the Academy said no. But I may be wrong. I didn't. These things they're so pervasive that you see a headline, you go, that's a new angle, and then you just move on. That story is everywhere.
I still think it's a fascinating story.
I do too.
I'm more interested in it than I anticipated being interested in it because this is the whole idea of what we hear these people say on this stage at the Academy Award is about who's oppressed and why they're oppressed. And Will Smith fits the category that we hear about being oppressed. And it seems as though he was the benefit of the most elite privilege that night that one could possibly benefit from.
Yeah.
Whereas if anybody else that wasn't Will Smith or wasn't some A-list actor would have gone up and done that, would not be in the same situation.
I know.
You wouldn't be delivering your acceptance speech for Best Actor by the time the show is over. Brad, let's take a break. Let's see. We've got Hannah sitting outside monitoring the comments, and she's waiting for more questions from you. A little Ask Me Anything action coming your way. Do you have a question you want to ask myself? You can ask Wiggins. You can ask Brad. You can ask Hannah. You can ask the whole crew. You just got to go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and comment that question right now, and we'll answer some of them when we come back. Plus, your vote in the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. Which show member do you most relate to? Is it Annie? Is it Brad? Is it Wiggins? Is it Hannah? Go vote and give us a comment as to why you voted the way you did. Back in a minute. Don't go away.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Mark Cox here. My 2022 School Board Election Voters Guide is now available. Listen to the Mark Cox Morning Show Monday through Friday, 5 to 9 a.m. to hear candidate interviews leading up to Tuesday's election. My Voters Guide and past interviews are available now at 971talk.com.
Lakeside Renovation and Design, expert people that are good people who are going to do the best job that you can get in this region when it comes to your renovation that you're doing at your home. Inside your home, if you are looking to finish that basement and finally expand your home in the living space that you already have there in your home, but just to finish it, Lakeside Renovation and Design are the go-to for these types of projects. Your full-scale kitchen remodel, or maybe that master bath and bedroom remodel that you've been looking to do. If you're talking about exteriors, they do that as well. James Hardy Siding is just a wonderful, beautiful product to put on your home, and the very best at it, Lakeside Renovation and Design. And those Infinity from Marvin fiberglass window replacements, drafty windows that have been letting the heat out of your home all winter and will be letting the cooled air out of your home all summer. Make the replacement with the best product on the market, Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows, exclusive to Lakeside Renovation and Design. Reach out to them and start your conversation and ask them about financing options that they have, including 0% financing options. You can find out all the information online at Lakeside website, renovationanddesign.com.
Wealth changing question. Is your advisor giving you incomplete advice? Besides investing, there's also taxes, insurance, estate planning, and other elements that can be stressful to organize. At Creative Planning, we provide all the expertise, all the advice you need, all in-house, ensuring all aspects of your wealth are working harder together so you can enjoy your wealth instead of worrying about it. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Looking to sell your house without all the hassle and pricey repair costs? Great, because Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis loves buying fix-up homes in any condition, as is, no fees and no commissions. Call 314-782-8000, and Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis will give you a cash offer right now. No strings attached. We buy inherited houses, divorce houses, trashed houses, even those my tenant won't pay rent houses. Call Chris at 314-782-8000 and find out how easy it is to work with us. That's 314-782-8000. Do you think your home will be difficult to sell? Easy. Our team will provide you with personal guidance through our short and simple process to turn your house into a pile of gold. Just call Chris at 314-782-8000. 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000. And let Chris worry about everything.
I'm Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group. I'm proud to say we are a family business. Through innovative financial tools, my nephew Bob and I are committed to making sure your retirement nest egg is kept safe from market declines. As a matter of fact, we have never lost a dime of our clients' money, and we won't lose any of yours either.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw, and the secret is in linking safely to the market without putting your principal at risk. As we look ahead at the likelihood of increasing volatility in the market, it's important that you protect your nest egg from market losses, as that's the engine that drives your retirement income.
Our family would like to help your family retire comfortably and keep your retirement safe and secure. Call us now for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 36 years. Call us now, 314-993-9494, or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Attention investors. How would you like to collect a government-backed check with secure double-digit returns in as little as 21 days? The tax lien code is going to expose the best-kept secret in real estate investing in a free 20-minute Kickstart video. Text the word INVEST to 26022 now and let their free video show you how to earn government-backed returns up to 25% with as little as $50, or how to invest in tax-delinquent homes that are 50% off market. Plus, see how you can access private tax lien inventory not available to the public. So if you want to become a real estate investor that buys tax liens from the comfort of your own home, then text INVEST to 26022 now and get your free Kickstart video. Text INVEST to 26022 right now and you'll get free tickets to attend a live training in the St. Louis area that will include your VIP tax lien bidder number, a power bank charger, and a tax lien investor kit free to all attendees. So text INVEST to 26022. That's INVEST to 26022 for your free Kickstart video.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for CertaPro Painters, and I have a great way for you to improve the interior of your home or business. Hire CertaPro Painters, splash a new color on those walls. I've hired them time and time again for 12 plus years, mainly because they do a great job. They knock it out of the park. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. It's super easy to schedule a free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business. It's the perfect time to transform your walls. CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Disco. From that night I kissed our love goodbye. Don't blame it on the sunshine.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Want to thank you for being here with us this afternoon. A reminder, if you're out and about and you want to stream the radio station, you can do so on the Odyssey app. You'll find 97.1 FM Talk on the Odyssey app anywhere you go. you can listen to that. If you are bugging out of St. Louis for a little bit, take us with you on that app, and we would gladly tag along. You can also watch us on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We are 67 YouTube subscribers away from 3,000 YouTube subscribes, which is pretty exciting for the show. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. And you can comment questions in there, like Ask Me Anything questions that Hannah will then ask the crew. What do you got?
Talking about YouTube really quick, my friend Sydney texted me and said, the YouTube comments are lit compared to Facebook.
So she's been on Facebook before?
Yes.
And
she just joined YouTube.
Dipped into YouTube.
And the comments apparently are more lit there. So that made me laugh.
What does that mean if you're like maybe, say, Ryan's age and you don't understand that type of language? Ryan, do you know what lit means?
Yeah, it means hot. It means really good. Right? Hannah?
Can you imagine if Ryan talks like that?
Man, that's
really lit.
Lit, y'all.
Is that something you use, Brad? I mean, you're around the youth.
Not unironically.
How about this one? Man, that's steak sauce.
What?
You ever no?
No.
If this is the dumbest advertisement you've done for really
it's not
delicious
Andrea's.
steak sauce.
No, it's A1.
Andrea-
A1, like it's saying top of the line. Steak sauce.
Did you make this up?
No,
Yes, you
that's
did.
what a couple years
That's
ago,
fake.
a couple of youths told me that's what they're
couple
doing.
of
They were
youths?
just
Yeah.
lying to you.
I
and
think
messing-
they might have been lying.
Yeah,
now
that's-
that we're talking about it on the air.
I
Let's see if
don't. I
we
don't
can get
think.
Ryan
I know
to use
that's what
this.
Yeah.
happened.
Now in retrospect,
Andrea's steak sauces, they're going.
Not good.
Yeah,
why did
we
you
got to
do that?
make some better business decisions. It is delicious, though. It is delicious. All right. So what do you?
We got some real questions here.
Ask me anything.
Okay.
What do you got?
Okay,
If you
this
have
one
anything
is
to
also
ask
from
me, just
Sydney.
go
She
ahead.
asked, do you ever think there will be a way for Republicans and Democrats to respect each other, or does it benefit their parties to be divided as possible?
Benefits all people in politics to be divided as possible. There's no,
Yeah.
there's nothing, there's no success in being together on things, because then why would you pick one over the other?
Right.
I don't think we're ever going to see in our lifetime like unity.
I don't either. I think that the country, I think they just reflect as representatives of us. They just reflect us. I don't think that's actually how divided the country is. I don't know that it's just politicians at this point. I think that there's
Right.
actually that big of an ideological gap between Americans.
Just to go back here real quick, Grimy on YouTube said A1 is a thing, but steak sauce isn't.
I think it might be.
You're trying. It's like trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I don't know. Ask your kids in the car with you.
Just Joe Poe says, "Do you mean awesome sauce?"
No, not
Yeah,
awesome
that's
sauce.
a thing.
That's old.
That is old.
Yeah, but it's real.
I would
It's a
rather hear
thing.
awesome sauce than steak sauce.
Man, it was steak sauce. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That
I
doesn't
mean, I
make-
thought it was stupid enough that's why I remembered it.
That doesn't make any sense because, like, usually when you say something, you shorten it, right? Cap, no cap. That
Not
sort of thing.
Ryan. He makes it
Right,
as
right.
long and
Why
drawn
would you
out
take
as humanly
something as
possible.
that A1 and change it to steak sauce?
Well, the kids I was talking to were pretty dorky. So maybe
Eddie says on YouTube, steak sauce was discussed in How I Met Your Mother years ago. Do you watch How I Met Your Mother?
no. No, these were actual kids that told me this.
Did you know these kids,
They
or
were
were you just-
college students. And we said,
Those are probably adults.
look, I'm going to tell you the context of what this was.
I guess when you're
And
old.
I tried to avoid it because you're just going to make fun of me. It was in one of the TV shows I produced.
Oh, here we go, Brad. Here we go.
I didn't want to go there.
He's like, maybe if I say something
Yes, you
completely
did.
ridiculous,
but
I'll get to talk about my
there was
TV
a
career.
musician on one of the shows who was in college, and he said some phrase that we didn't know. And we're like, oh man,
steak sauce?
use a bunch of random young phrases that we have no idea what they are, and we'll react to them. And steak sauce was the only one I can remember. He did a bunch of other ones, but that was one. And we're like, what the heck is steak sauce? Well, it's A1. That means top of the line.
We are either way out of their league or nowhere near their league.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure we're playing the same sport.
No, we're not.
No.
All right.
Okay, this is a good question. Our friend Balls asked, if you had to spend a day as someone else on the crew, who would it be and why? I'll go first. I would pick to be Annie so I could go home and see Molly.
Oh,
That's who I'd be.
pick somebody that Molly would love that. I kind of want to live Wiggins' life for just a day, just to know what it's like.
Oh,
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Living the dream.
That's not the question.
Brad says no.
No. I don't like this question.
You said Wiggins.
Yeah,
That was your answer.
I mean, I just like
Just lock it in. Lock it in.
it's locked. I just want to know. I don't really understand it from this perspective, so maybe a new one would make me understand it more.
I would be Brad because Brad has a big truck. And I've always wanted
Going
to
back to my
drive a
question.
big truck.
It's just like
That'd be fun to drive a big
when
old
I
truck.
when we did Ask Me Anything last time, and I said if you could stop time and do anything, what would you do? What did you say you would do?
I would stop it as long as all time was stopped. I would stop it and then jump through a waterfall.
Oh yeah, that was.
Jake came in here and was like, "I would steal all the money," and we're like, "We did not think of that.
We should steal all the money. and the
Brian's like,
jewels
"I want to jump through a paused waterfall."
just to see.
Jake was super honest about that. Brad, what about you?
I think Hannah, because I'd want to be 20 again.
I kind of don't. I don't mean that in a bad way, Hannah. I thought 34 was a sweet age. I think 34, like my early 30s, was where I would go back to.
But think about, because I'm assuming that you know all the knowledge that you have now. Just think about going back to being 20 and knowing not then what you know now.
So broke and so busy working. Like, I don't know. How many jobs did you have when you were that age?
A couple at a time.
But did you feel like you were getting anywhere?
Not really. No, it felt like you were filling time with a job.
Yeah.
It was like, what am I accomplishing here?
I mean, making like $5.50 an hour.
Yeah, it was enough to like, it was spending money, but it was also
It
like,
wasn't spending
do I
for
need
me at 20? I was
need
paying
this?
bills. Yeah.
You know what would be fun to me? This is really inappropriate. If the
Oh,
weather was
boy.
nicer,
I'm going to retract my previous
And
answer.
Button. Get ready.
and if St. Louis was safer and the weather was nicer, I would like to be a girl just to see how many times you actually get cat calls if you walk around. Like, is that a common thing?
Brian just wants to be harassed.
I just want to see, like, is that normal? Like, do you really have to deal with that
Oh,
that
my.
often? Or is that something that's been kind of hyped up? I guess I could just ask. I could
What
ask
are you
a girl.
talking about?
Like,
Ryan,
people always say, like, oh, you got to deal with
you're
that
saying
stuff.
too many words. This is where you stop.
I could
Hyped
just ask
up.
you to tell me if that's true, but instead, I would want to go through the process.
You would want to feel it. You
Yeah.
you want to be harassed.
Yeah, I wanna
you
see
want
what
that.
You
that's
also
like.
Like, I
don't
wanna
want
be
to be
objectified.
catcalled.
Someone
by...
just said, "Can I change my vote?"
Yeah, no kidding. You don't want to be catcalled by walking down the street by yourself.
Downtown St. Louis. That's where you would pick.
I'd have a gun.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't want to use it. You do not want to be catcalled by some skeezy dude on this. That's like, you're thinking that that's flattering. It's incredibly
No, I'm definitely not
flattering.
thinking it's flattering.
But
I
then
just
why
wanted
would you want
as
to know
a
what that's
social
like?
experiment, not see what it's like, see how often it actually happened. That's what I would want to know.
We can
Just answer. Then how often does it happen? But you don't really walk down the street alone, so I guess I don't know how to find out other than that.
I'm going to tell you guys something off the air and ask you if I could have said this on the air. And I'm just making a decision not to now. And then if I can, then we'll
Come back and
do it
say
in the
it.
next segment. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I'm not like worked up about anything. I was just about to say something and then I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can go there.
I'm already telling
Which
you,
is
yes.
like one step ahead of what Brian generally does.
Yeah.
Which is think before.
Think, say, regret.
I would like to be, what did you say? A young female?
Yeah. To
Just for the
see-
purpose
Just to see if I got cat calls.
How
by
many
walking
times
down
you
the-
would get them?
Yeah, if that's a common thing or not. Not to experience it, but just to tally up the number that it actually happened.
That is the most dude thing you could say about what the experience of being a woman, just existing in public,
Yeah.
keeping track on a ledger that you're walking down the street in when all you're trying to do is get from point A to point B. Oh, there's another one. Mark it down.
All right, we got a question here from Mr. Wonderful. He asked, do you prefer TV series or movies?
TV series.
Me too. I feel like movies don't give enough backstory or
It's just
what
not-
happens
yeah.
in the future.
A TV series is essentially a super, super long movie at this point, the way production level is. I don't know. Let's ask the man with the TV career,
Oh,
Brad.
yeah.
So whenever I was on TV, I prefer.
You're on TV right now, YouTube.
See, I love.
Could be
I
on
love,
somebody's TV. Smart
I
TV.
love a great story. I love a great story so much to the point whenever I get wrapped into a story, I want to know how it ends, and so I don't stop which means that I prefer movies because they take that really long movie and they condense the story into one like manageable thing. I don't want to sit on my couch for 8 hours watching a series.
You don't have to do that.
Yes, I do.
Get up
to binge watch.
You're saying you're controlling yourself.
Yeah, and that's how I read books too. If I sit down and read a book and it's like, okay, a good book will take you to the next page, to the next page, to the next page. The next thing you know, you read the whole book and you never got up. Wasted half your day.
I've heard of that.
Mr. TV have to say on this?
Yeah, I mean, just coming from the industry, I would say that it's really whoever's going to pay you more. And therefore, I'd go with TV series.
Who's paying you to watch TV series?
Not watch, make.
You're so insufferable. It's just never ending.
We just got a
People
question.
are unsubscribing from the YouTube channel.
From YouTube, and it asks, how do I get an Annie Frey Show hat like Hannah's wearing? I had to steal this off of a desk, and
that's my old desk.
Oh man, I thought you were going to say dead person for some reason there for a second.
Maybe it came from
Why
one, I
would
don't
the
know.
one hat that exists for my show be on a dead person?
She started saying dead. I'm like, you're about to say I had to steal this off a dead person.
You guys like this hat? If you could tune in and you can see Hannah is wearing the hat of the Annie Frey Show.
The hat.
I mean, it's like the official hat.
The hat.
Because it is the hat. And she goes,
the only one?
She goes, this is a sweet. I think I have a white one at home. Somebody very kind, a listener, sent those in, and I was going to try it. I mean, like years ago. And if that person is still watching the show, would you please message me, because a lot of people are a fan of them.
Yes,
Black hat with a logo on it.
My sister asked if we're gonna have shirts.
We are working on it. I think they're being printed.
Good.
Ooh.
So yes,
That's exciting. Do we have time for another question?
yeah, we can do whatever you want.
Okay, Mr. Wonderful also asked 3 wishes. What would they be?
Oh boy, Ryan.
World peace, unlimited food.
What about
and-
unlimited food capacity?
And
Like what is
unlimited
unlimited
capacity.
food?
I'm talking about helping the world here, Annie. Not that I would eat all the food.
It's weird that I would assume that.
I think what I'm trying to assume is that I want world peace and a bunch of people eating all the time and shaking hands.
That's how we got the last pandemic. What about you, Brad?
Okay, so this is going to sound really shallow, but I'd love to have Captain America's physique without like having the.
That's
the
America's.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird.
Without having to do the work. Is
Without
that where
having
you're
to do the work and without having to worry about losing it, so I could eat whatever I wanted.
going?
And then
Is that how many wishes is that?
that's one.
Just the physique.
The physique without the risk of losing it. Then I would also like to have infinite resources like money so that I could buy whatever I wanted. And then I guess world peace.
Oh, I want to be the dictator of the world that I created too. That's my third.
No, that's your fourth. So I'm sorry. It's
No,
not
it's
gonna
world
cash.
peace, unlimited food, and then I'm the dictator of that world.
You
Oh,
wished for
boy.
unlimited food capacity.
I'll take that one back.
You can't. It's been
Dang it.
fake granted. Who doesn't wish for money? Some money. Security, I guess. And good health for my family.
Enough money to buy a
longer
security
music
detail
bed.
and really good health coverage for your family.
Honestly, at this point, I'm not even joking. I wish Disney would get its head out of its butt.
Yeah,
Because
That's fair.
if I've already wished for unlimited money, I truly wish that businesses would get back to the business of doing their own business and minding their own business. And it's so ironic to me that I'm reading these Disney. It's very interesting too. I'll say, like the Walt Disney World Facebook groups that I'm in, that are usually people talking and complaining about Disney World-esque type of things. There are so many people who are incredibly mad about what Disney is doing right now. The majority, I don't know if it's the overwhelming majority of people who it's completely anecdotal, who are commenting on this stuff, do not like what Disney has done so far. And it's interesting to me that I think that the massive misstep that Disney is making in this moment right now might create a seismic ripple effect where businesses of all sizes, because it doesn't get much bigger than Disney, go, we're not going to do that. And if that happens, I'm glad that Disney's going to have to be sacrificed on the altar in whatever capacity that this is going to unfold to teach everybody a lesson.
Does Disney know about the pushback, or is their head in the clouds?
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, like, if you have followed the company like I have, just because of, our interest in it, like being timeshare holders there and so on and so forth, the current CEO, Bob Chapek, who took over for Bob Iger doesn't even like Bob Chapek. People call him Bob Paycheck. Bob Chapek. And it's been a disaster from the second he's taken over. So there has been a lot of frustration and turmoil that existed before any of this took place. His handling of this is as bad as his handling on a lot of other things have been. So there are a lot of people who are poised to shake fists at the sky because of this to begin with, and they're not happy with the way it's going. And I got to think that the crisis management that's going on right now at Disney has got to be the worst it's ever been before.
It's interesting because I would have thought the same thing. I don't follow it as closely as you do, but having people that were already kind of fed up with the way Disney was doing things, this was sort of the catalyst that finally coalesced everybody together on it.
Cool. What about you?
I would wish for my family and friends to be happy and healthy and probably some money.
Yeah, too. You can't not. You can't have 3 wishes and be poor.
Right.
You could help so many people with it. All right. Want to take a quick break? Do you have any more questions that you wanted to get in, or did you cover most of them?
That's good. Yep.
All right. So the poll that we have on the Annie Frey Show live chat right now is very interesting. We want to make sure that you get your votes in. Which show member do you relate to the most? Is it Annie? Is it Brad? Is it Wiggins? Is it Hannah? Come in and give us your votes and comment why you think the way you do. We got quite a crowd here right now. And remember, at 2:00, I have some Van Leeuwen. I think that's how you said it. I Googled it to make sure. Ice cream, which is out of New York City, now selling at Walmart. And one of the 5 flavors we're going to taste is Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream. You excited about this? Have you ever had it?
Nope.
Nobody in here's had it?
I'm very excited about it.
I did taste it last night with my kids. So I do have the,
Annie.
you might say, scoop on it.
Very good.
So I'm very excited about that. Mac and cheese ice cream at 2:00. More Annie Frey Show right around the corner. Go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
I just can't control my feet. Sunshine.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Attorney General Eric Schmitt, you did issue a statement on the situation with the former Governor Eric Greitens.
As Attorney General, I prosecuted predators. I know him when I see one, and he needs to step aside.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
If you're looking to build a home in the Metro East on the Illinois side, pretty much anywhere on the Illinois side, if you're listening here right now, you need to make sure that you connect with my friends at C.A. Jones. They are the premier home builders in that region, and they are so good at working with you to make sure that they can deliver exactly what you're looking for. They have a whole bunch of different layouts that you can go look at cajonesinc.com and see the different layouts of homes, size, all different shapes and sizes, and really customizable to what you are wanting for your home. So it's not like they're going to build these cookie cutter homes over and over and over again. So much of the customization that comes along with what they do is what really makes each and every one of their homes shine in different ways. They are the top energy efficient home builder in the area, and each home comes with a HERS rating that shows how efficient the home is. Plus, they provide a lifetime waterproof basement warranty and a 10-year structure warranty. If you are in the market right now to build a home, do not miss the opportunity to reach out to CA Jones Inc. online at cajonesinc.com.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Congratulations on buying a home. You are dreaming of warm fireplace memories. Have English Sweep certified sweeps inspect your chimney with cameras, making sure to keep fire in its place. English Sweep with 40 years experience protecting your investment. EnglishSweep.com.
Get the used equipment you need now. Purple Wave Auction sells hundreds of pieces of heavy equipment each week at no reserve auction. Items are selling in your area now. Bidding is simple. Visit purplewave.com to get started. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studios. Get in your comfort zone with a new HVAC system. Double carrier cool cash rebates for a total of $143 are available on qualifying new HVAC systems. For details, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Up to the minute traffic reports, so you don't have to keep looking at your phone. Dependable traffic on 97.1 FM Talk. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Here's an interesting question, Ryan. If you got fired today, what would you be doing on Monday?
Looking for a job.
Well, at least you got that. I don't know that I would be on Monday.
Yeah, maybe not on Monday. Maybe Tuesday we start looking.
So what do you do on the day where you're like, fine, I'll take this day to myself?
Good question. Maybe go out and stare at the river for a little bit, throw some rocks, think about life.
Try to get catcalled?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Steve's at the door. He wants to talk to you.
Anybody?
His heart just dropped.
Keep looking back over my shoulder. Anybody looking? No? Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet? All right. I'll just keep throwing these rocks.
Brad, you lose your job. Nobody's losing their job. No April Fool's jokes here. I mean, like, as far as I know. if
April Fools, you are.
If it does happen today, I did not know, and maybe it's happening to me. What are you doing Monday?
Probably cutting grass and substitute teaching.
Working.
Yep.
Work it.
Hannah? Not like that.
Finishing school and looking for another route to take.
Looking for another job.
A lot of fun.
I'm probably taking a nap. Like is there anything, who in here likes to sleep in?
Oh gosh.
I never do, but I like to.
What time do you naturally wake up?
Around 8:39.
Without an alarm, you're up before 9.
Yep.
Brad?
I like to sleep in.
How late, unfettered, let's say the family is gone. They're visiting their family somewhere else. And you're home by yourself, Ryan.
Actual sleep or staying in bed? because I do not get out of bed until like 9:30.
Do you get out of bed while you're still sleeping?
No. I will wake up and then lay in bed for another hour before I get out of bed.
And just like enjoy and like absorb the calm.
Yes.
I 100% agree.
If the kids are gone, that's one of the things I look forward to the most.
When the kids are gone?
The date's fine. Love going on a date.
I love
the
it
kids
when
are
my
staying
kids
somewhere
leave.
else. But sleeping in and just not having anything to do.
What time do your kids wake up?
7 or maybe even a little bit earlier.
My kids were never those early risers. And I have friends who have kids who just like, it doesn't matter how late they stay up.
I would
They're
feel like
getting up
your
early.
kids in particular would wake up at like 5 a.m. ready to go.
They do. The problem is the reason for that, though, is that we have a pretty strict bedtime of about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Every night, 7 nights a
on
week?
the weekends, we'll let them stay up a little bit later. The older they get, especially. But they still are really accustomed to waking up at about the same time every day.
8:05 on the weekends.
Yeah, 8:05. You can read a book for 5 minutes.
So realistically, it's just you. There's nobody else in the house in the morning. What time do you wake up and what time do you get up?
8 and then 9 do I get up.
10:30.
10:30 is probably achievable for me.
I feel terrible if I don't do anything.
Like achy or like
shameful.
shameful?
Shame. I feel like, well, I've got this time. I need to do something with it, even if it's just
This
personal.
goes back to your answer of the question yesterday, where you said that if you're going on vacation, you want to schedule as many things as you possibly can into every minute.
It's weird that I don't really relax a lot. I constantly do stuff.
It's because your mode is relaxed.
It's very true.
It's not about how much you relax; it's how much you don't stress about anything.
That's probably there's probably some truth to that.
It's like you read that out of my mind. I was sitting there thinking that. I was getting ready. I was like, nope, Annie's got it.
Which is why, if you go back to the last segment and people asked who we would want to be, I want to know what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is. Hey, when we come back, mac and cheese ice cream.
Can't wait.
Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream. Are you guys, what do you think you're going to like it, Ryan?
Yes.
Brad?
I'm afraid I might.
Hannah? No?
No shot.
I bet it tastes like buttered popcorn.
I have tasted it. I haven't tasted the other ones. I have tasted it, and we're in for a treat. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I'm Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group. I'm proud to say we are a family business. Through innovative financial tools, my nephew Bob and I are committed to making sure your retirement nest egg is kept safe from market declines. As a matter of fact, we have never lost a dime of our clients' money, and we won't lose any of yours either.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw, and the secret is in linking safely to the market without putting your principal at risk. As we look ahead at the likelihood of increasing volatility in the market, it's important that you protect your nest egg from market losses, as that's the engine that drives your retirement income.
Our family would like to help your family retire comfortably and keep your retirement safe and secure. Call us now for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 36 years. Call us now, 314-993-9494. Or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Air Comfort Service online at aircomfortservice.com. Call them if you have, if the air conditioning unit isn't going to fire up the way you think it should, or if you had trouble with it last year and you just didn't get around to maintaining it. Air Comfort Service can come out and give it a look-see and tell you what you need to know. They're going to give you options. They're going to tell you what you need to do to fix it. They're going to tell you what you need to do if you got to replace it, and they'll let you make that decision. You can call them at 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. And they also have double carrier cool cash rebates right now. They're back. The carrier's cool cash rebates are back, and they're at Air Comfort Service matching carrier's rebate through April. This is a great opportunity, an instant savings of from $100 all the way up to $4,300 on qualifying carrier equipment. Plus, you can qualify for 0% financing up to 72 months. 314-513-0091. Give them a call today. You can find them online at aircomfortservice.com.
If you don't own a home, you have nothing to fear from home title thieves. But if you own a home and you don't guard it with Home Title Lock, you're inviting home title fraud, one of the fastest growing crimes. Cyber thieves around the world know U.S. home values are sky high, and they paint a target on us. The crime is scary simple. A cyber thief simply forges your name on a property sale form and refiles it. Now he's on the deed to your home and you have no idea you're a victim. Then he takes out loans on your home and vanishes, leaving you to prove to the police that you didn't commit bank fraud. Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect tampering, they help shut it down. Look, if you have equity in your home, guard it with your life. Go to gettitlelock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. And enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at gettitlelock.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
Russia says one thing and does another. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Another effort to rescue civilians from the besieged city of Mariupol breaks down despite Russia's latest pledge for a humanitarian corridor. The Red Cross says it had to turn a convoy around a day after Russian forces blocked buses and confiscated tons of aid. And there's word of new shelling in Ukraine hitting a residential area in the southern city of Odessa. Fox's Alex Hogan is in Lviv.
Here on the western side of the country, a funeral taking place this morning to honor one of the many innocent civilians killed by shelling. After 5 weeks of war, the anger is as palpable as the grief.
Meantime, Russia is accusing Ukraine of launching a helicopter attack on a fuel depot in Russia, which Ukraine denies, and the West suspects may be a false flag operation by the Kremlin. Closing arguments at the federal trial over a suspected plot targeting Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Federal prosecutors wrapped up their case telling a jury in Grand Rapids that the 4 remaining men charged with conspiracy for plotting to kidnap Governor Whitmer at her vacation home were filled with rage and hoping to participate in the start of a second civil war, that they were infuriated with the governor, specifically over COVID policies, and had testimony from 2 men who were once part of the group but flipped and testified against the other 4, as well as testimony from FBI informants. Well, one of the men's attorneys said in his closing, the FBI informants provoked the men, saying his client was a pot smoker living in a basement and didn't have the wherewithal to plot, let alone engage in such an attack. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
The Biden administration says a strategy is in place to handle a potential increase in migration now that the CDC has decided to end a pandemic-era restriction on asylum seekers. May 23rd, the date set to repeal Title 42, which began under the Trump administration to help prevent the spread of COVID. America is listening to Fox News.
Americans don't trust big media. The source you can trust is Newsmax. Find it on all major cable systems or download the free Newsmax app on your phone. Millions are watching Newsmax and the Newsmax team with Rob Finnerty, Eric Bowling, Sean Spicer and Lindsay Keith, Greg Kelly, Stinchfield and Rob Schmitt. Plus weekends with Huckabee, Diamond and Silk, Gorka and Wendy Bell. 20 million people have made the switch to Newsmax. Try it. You may never go back.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historically low rates combined with rising home values means that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about our smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Cool temperatures stay with us as we go through our Friday afternoon, about 59 for the high, but plenty of sunshine out there. Tonight, clear skies giving way to increasing clouds, 38. The weekend, Saturday, clouds, a couple of showers Saturday morning, very limited rain, but some showers around, then turning partly sunny and windy, 62. Sunday looks great, sunny and 65. This is 97.1 FM Talk Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
The FDA has just green-lighted a 4th COVID vaccine jab for some of us, though its effectiveness is not well understood. FDA did not consult its panel of outside experts for their opinion before making this authorization.
DHS just announced that they are going to start having all migrants get vaccinated for COVID-19 while they are in federal custody. And that begs the question, why now all of a sudden?
Right here, right now. 97.1 FM Talk.
Find podcasts for your passions on Odyssey.
Like the documentary series Love Thy Neighbor about the 1991 Crown Heights riots.
It was an accident which other people used as an excuse to murder one member of our community.
Or The 11th.
Bringing you true, unexpected stories.
And experience the new podcast movie thriller Ghostwriter.
Starring Kate Mara and Adam Scott.
Maybe it's not a whodunit. If we know who the killer is all along, the real mystery is why.
Find all the podcasts that matter to you in a universe of audio.
Odyssey.
The Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health understands how difficult it is to maintain healthy skin and how much this can affect someone's life. With the right combination of treatments and products, they can help you keep your skin looking healthy and more youthful, while also reducing and preventing damage. Take your first step towards healthy skin at the Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health. Visit them at inhstl.com or call to schedule at 314-293-8123. That's 314-293-8123.
Looking to sell your house without all the hassle and pricey repair costs? Great! Because Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis loves buying fix-up homes in any condition, as is, no fees and no commissions. Call 314-782-8000, and Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis will give you a cash offer right now. No strings attached. We buy inherited houses, divorce houses, trashed houses, even those my tenant won't pay rent houses. Call Chris at 314-782-8000 and find out how easy it is to work with us. That's 314-782-8000. Do you think your home will be difficult to sell? Easy. Our team will provide you with personal guidance through our short and simple process to turn your house into a pile of gold. Just call Chris at 314-782-8000. 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000. And let Chris worry about everything.
Need to spring back into hiring season? You need Indeed, the smart hiring platform that delivers 4 times more hires than all other sites combined. According to Talent Nest, post a job and hire ASAP. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The Odyssey app is for this station and also for music stations. Get 97.1 FM Talk on your phone or pick a genre. It's all there. The Odyssey app. 971talk.com. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock, Riverviews, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. Visit GraftonLoadingDock.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Hey, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. That sound means it's 2:00 on a Friday, and you were probably in the wrong place. But we appreciate you being here anyway. Yeah, good decision, bad decision. Speaking of, you guys see what I have in my hands right now?
Yes, I do.
It looks like an ice cream, but I don't know what flavor it is.
Over here, it looks delicious.
Kraft macaroni and cheese French ice cream.
It looks like it has fancy
Ooh la la.
packaging.
Oh, so Kraft must just be making French vanilla now, right? Is that
So it says it's limited edition and why Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream? Have you ever met someone who didn't smile while eating ice cream or while eating a comforting bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese? Yep, we didn't think so. So why not enjoy both at the same time, in the same bowl, with the same mouth?
Oh.
You know, you've always wondered what this mashup would taste like, or at least you do now.
Seems kind of weird to think about somebody who can't stop smiling while eating.
It's like my nightmare.
Yeah, don't we have nightmares about
Chewing
that?
your mouth closed. Yeah. So I'm just going to, before we do this, you want to hear some of the ingredients in this?
No.
Cream, milk, cane sugar, egg yolks, Kraft cheese sauce mix.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Like the
Okay.
powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just ice cream with a packet of Kraft in there. Okay. That's
I mean,
what it
when you
is.
taste
I'm so
it.
scared.
So
there aren't little noodles in there, are there?
look at that.
Oh,
Ooh,
boy.
that is yellow.
Is this not perfect Kraft macaroni and cheese color?
That is the
That
correct
That looks
color.
like it would
yeah.
be Kraft macaroni
Sauce.
and cheese sauce.
Okay, so I am going to open this up. I have 4, I think, more other flavors that we'll try here throughout the hour. Maybe not all at the same time, but I'm gonna tell you what, this comes out pretty smooth and soft.
Yes, it does. Wow, that looks like it would be if I didn't know what it was and I had to look at it, I would say that was a mango flavor.
I would say
You
it's
would be fooled.
mac and cheese. I mean, it
You would
really
be
is.
wrong.
It looks really cheesy.
Doesn't it? It looks
does.
very yellow orange.
I'm not convinced I'm gonna hate this.
I'm not either.
That's what I said. I'm afraid I might like
I was gonna
it.
say, I don't remember the way I worded the question at the break, but do you want to like it or do you want to hate it?
I want to like it.
I want to like it.
I want to like it.
I think Hannah doesn't
and
want to
buy it.
like it.
No. I
Hannah
don't.
hates it.
I-
She's sticking to it.
Yeah.
I want to hate it too.
Hannah, you've never had real buffalo macaroni and cheese though? Because you
Let's get
love
back to the important thing.
you love mac
You
and
feel
cheese.
attacked?
I do.
It's like you're one of your major food groups, but you've never had buffalo mac?
No.
But she's also admittedly, this is your words, not mine. Basic.
Okay. Yes.
It's really attacked.
really.
And so it would make sense.
All right.
Like, why she would think, why would you approve it on it?
It's great. I don't eat any macaroni and cheese that's not buffalo.
So
mac.
Brad, you tasted it?
Mhm.
What do you think?
Whoa.
Brad's in.
Yep. That tastes like cold cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Does it also taste like ice cream?
Not
Yeah.
really.
You know what's weird? This is obviously really good ice cream.
You can tell.
And the flavor is not very good.
It's very salty.
It is super salty, but it does taste like the powder
Mhm.
Yeah.
that goes into the
yeah.
mac. That's the heavy flavor to it.
Mhm.
In my mind, if I take a bite of it and I like close my eyes and I think macaroni and cheese powder, that's exactly what I taste. But I can kind of stop and think about it and think like a super buttery kind of butter pecan or super butterscotch. And I can kind of, if I taste it, I think I would just taste that.
Yeah, it's growing on me.
You know, it's really not that bad. I thought I was gonna hate it, but it's good quality ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Are
The
we
first
using?
taste was too salty.
It
That's why it was off-putting.
It was very much like
It finishes
eating
a
cold
lot
cheese sauce.
smoother
Yeah.
than the initial hits you pretty salty.
That's what's weird is that it is really hard to find a unique taste that you've not had in a soda or an ice cream or something like that. That's that unique.
Super unique.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the thing that I would tell people listening who hear this and think macaroni and cheese ice cream, it is worth the experience of just tasting it. Like if you go, I'm not going to eat the whole pint of that. It's worth the experience to taste, I think.
I think we're going to get some of this and take it to the youth group and have them eat it.
Yeah.
Have them go for it.
That's a fun
Yes,
activity.
This is a great. youth
Does
group
anybody want
activity.
more?
No.
Yeah,
You do?
I missed breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
I'll take some more.
Well, I
I
mean, I
love
have
it.
4 other flavors that we can try. So
Oh.
let's do that. But
Oh,
I
hold
will
on.
send this
I think it's good.
home with you guys.
Annie, this is a commentary on you as a person because you don't like trying new foods and you willingly went after all of this.
I like mac and cheese and ice cream.
Next flavor. I'm excited. This might be better.
Next
We don't
flavor.
have a spoon to dish it out anymore.
I know. I just licked
Because I saw you lick it and I was like, I don't know if we can use that.
I was
one.
gonna stick my fork in, but I've done the same.
I did the same thing too. Stick your face in it. I'll go
Stick
after
my
you.
finger.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hannah, will you get us another spoon?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm gonna save this one for last because I have no idea. You want a good one or a weird one?
Let's go with a good one and save the weird one.
I've got the weirdest one saved for the end.
Okay. I bet that spoon that she gets is really basic.
There's like no spoons out there, which is why we're eating this with a fork. Hot honey.
That sounds
Honey,
good.
That does sound good.
Like-
Again, this is Van Leeuwen ice cream, and this is at Walmart. The reason why I was willing to do this, honestly, is because I thought this is a New York City thing, and if it is good enough to get into the Walmart, like someone kind of like side-eye judged me for saying like if it's in Walmart that means it's good enough. No, it's really hard to get on the shelves at Walmart, and
Yes,
if you are in retail and you get into Walmart, you have made it. Like you have proved yourself.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, like, think about it. Like the reach that you have if you can get your product on
True.
scale. and in consumption, then you've gotten yourself to some point.
It's such a big deal that Walmart dictates to you what you can charge for your product.
Yeah. So hot honey.
Oh.
I'm not speaking to anybody specifically. I'm just,
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see here. Nothing makes us happier than this hot honey ice cream. If you've never drizzled hot honey onto your ice cream, raise your hand. Yeah, me either. No, really? It's a combination you might not think of until you try it and then think, how have I never tried this before? It's like that. So we've made things easier for you. No honey jar required.
I bet this is like Mexican fried ice cream without the cinnamon. Anybody ever had that?
Send your bowls over here one at a time.
Because they do hot honey on that too.
That's like what do they call that dish?
Fried ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's super good. I guess I was thinking of something else. Here, so this is hot honey, and again, the ice cream is Van Leeuwen. I'm not being paid at all to talk about this. I think it's important. I think actually I spent $50 on these pints last night.
Wow.
Because they were $5, but you can get them at Walmart. So I haven't tried this. I haven't tried this at all.
I wonder why they say hot honey, because it's
because it's ice cream and it's frozen.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to eat it or are we supposed to wait?
Yeah. You didn't ask last time.
Yeah, I know. I did it wrong.
You didn't do it wrong.
Oh, you know what? It's got a little spice to it at the back end.
So a little hot.
Yeah.
Like
that's what it
hot?
is. So it's spicy hot.
Because isn't hot like hot chicken is like honey? Isn't it honey on chicken that's also spicy?
That is good.
You like it?
That is really good.
This is good too.
The spice will get you in the back of your throat though, so be ready for it. There it is.
No, that wasn't it. What's the crunch?
No.
I hope it's honeycombs.
That's crystallized honey.
Okay. Tapioca starch, molasses, chili peppers.
Gary on YouTube says sopapilla. Anybody ever had a sopapilla?
Is what
that
I was,
what you're
that's
thinking
what
of?
I was thinking of. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Yeah, so hot honey. This is a lot of eating in the microphone. I'm so very sorry, people.
No, it's fun for us, and that's really all that matters.
I'm gonna not be able to finish the show, but everything. Yeah, this is tasty
These have both been really good.
and super.
Tastes like honeycomb.
Oh, kind of super unique
Yeah.
flavors. Like not something that you would.
You can see why they've made it, I hate to say down to Walmart, because Walmart is like, once it makes it there, then they're saying, okay, everybody
People
will like
would
this.
say that if you
It's
were
for
like
the
this
masses.
kind of trendy, that if you went to Walmart, you kind of sold out,
Mm-hmm.
and you would be like, "And we made it."
Yeah, no,
at
that's
the
what-
same time.
I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, but check out my Aston Martin.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Oh,
I did too.
No, I got you guys.
I really did not like that one.
No? Why?
That one's awesome.
Yeah, that was better than the other one.
I cleaned off my fork because I think I had some cross contamination of the mac and cheese on it. So
honey mac and cheese.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Here's one.
confusing.
Do we have any fans of the Royals in here? I mean, I specifically am not a fan of the Royals.
The not the baseball team, like the actual royal family.
You make a good point. No,
I
the
was
royal family.
confused too.
Okay.
Like I caught a Royals game last year. It was all right.
That was my brain.
I've been to the stadium.
It was fine.
This is Van Leeuwen's royal wedding cake with elderflower and lemon.
I already don't like it. Too elitist.
I like wedding cake, but I don't like lemon.
This says royal wedding cake ice cream inspired by the cake served at a certain royal wedding in 2018. This is the closest you'll get and they'll get to feeling like a royal. That's just presumptive.
Yeah.
Floral sweet cream cheese ice cream with chunks of lemon sponge cake with layers of elderflower frosting. Is it appropriate to bow or curtsy? We always forget.
Clever little
Do you-
sayings.
Does this sound good to anybody?
This sounds the most appealing to me out of all of them so far.
This sounds the most to me like ice cream.
It sounds the most normal.
Although the hot honey was not terrible.
Hot honey was unique in that there was spice in that honey. That's what was weird about it.
Yeah, and a little bit of a crunch.
Do you think they just added that phrase, this is the closest you'll get to royalty because they're in Walmart?
Just that. Speaking of being presumptive, like
Yeah.
absolutely. If you were in Target, we would understand.
We kind of get who you are. We know that this is the closest thing you'll ever get to royalty.
There we go. Give it a taste. Just real quick here, like your favorite flavor of ice cream if you're going to get ice cream somewhere. I mean, Ryan and I know we have both. This is one of the things we definitely agree on, that our favorite flavor go to is vanilla. Still?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, man.
Hannah's choking.
Hannah.
If you're
Open
ordering
your mind.
if you're ordering ice cream and you're going to your go-to, Trisha, we were just talking about our affection for ice cream.
Mint chip or cookie dough?
Mint chip. Cookie dough is.
D to the C just commented, "Are we taste testing and no one invited me?"
He knows where the studio is.
I think we only
you know where
had-
the studio
Oh,
is, D.
you don't want
find
that
enough
one. That is
bowls.
terrible.
What about you?
I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
I think you might get to take this one.
Oh, I want the hot honey one though.
Oh,
These
that
are
was
just really good ice
very
creams.
flavored. Very, very
Definitely a lemon.
Yeah.
And I don't know what
slaps you in the face.
I don't know what elderflower is, but I think now I do.
There's a lot more cake in that than I expected. It's very cakey.
Did you like it?
It's all right. It tastes like it should be in a drink, like a refreshing spritzer of some sort.
Wow, you should write the copy. Next time they get into a different store.
All right.
You guys
my
next
list.
ready for the next
If they
one?
get into Deerbergs, it's like, we know that you've probably had some experience with royalty, but this will remind you of it.
2 more. This one is called
I just got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Planet Earth.
Okay.
Planet Earth.
I haven't even read what this is yet. Planet Earth ice cream, nothing on Earth. Wait, what? Anyway, this flavor is truly out of this world. Well, not technically because it's planet Earth. Did you write this way?
What is that? Is this a bunch of words?
It's just like a stream of consciousness.
Can you
that doesn't
start
make
over?
sense.
Please start over. I want to
Sharpie
hear
on
this.
the packaging.
Nothing makes us happier than this planet Earth ice cream. Nothing on Earth. Wait, what? Anyway, this flavor is truly out of this world. Well, not technically because it's planet Earth, but flavor-wise, it's otherworldly because of the blue spirulina,
Whoa. Don't know what that
almond
is.
ice cream, and pieces of matcha green tea cake.
I've had that.
Oh.
But not what blue spirulina?
Spirulina.
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 I don't know what that is.
I'm not this fancy.
You mean to tell me that in all your time in the television industry, you never came across blue spirulina?
No, but I did have green matcha.
Look at the color of this. The packaging is green,
Beautiful.
and it's just like kind of light.
It looks
It's like like land and water.
It's like
Planet
the
Earth.
color of our sky here on Earth.
I'm so mad. Oh, this is.
We will make ice cream that is color of Earth sky.
You know, I live in the world of babies, which means I change a lot of diapers. And if you just look at the little things that are in here, that's a certain
that
color.
is becoming more appetizing.
That green is a certain color.
Mhm.
Keep laying that out there like that, Annie.
I will.
That'll help us out.
I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't,
this
you
looks
don't.
like a baby had peas yesterday.
No, or just like, you know, you know what they do.
What does a baby do?
Not much. There are a few things. So matcha green tea. Is anybody a matcha green tea? Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
What it like? You can finish that bite. Do you like this?
Yeah. I haven't disliked one of these yet. The weirdest one was mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
This one tastes.
But not really. Like you don't regret trying it.
No,
the
I actually
mac and
I
cheese.
liked it the more I ate it. This one kind of just tastes like a blue raspberry to me. This isn't that unique, other than the fact that it has those matcha balls in it or whatever.
It definitely tastes the almond in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love matcha, so I don't love this one. I'm gonna eat it because it's ice cream.
I'm gonna look up
I'm not
matcha.
happy about
Trisha's
it.
telling you about her incredibly high standards.
I'm so angry at you right now.
I still don't really like it, but it's better than the.
Here's the last one, Hannah.
Oh,
Pizza.
That sounds pretty gross.
That's terrible.
Who? I guess that I'll say this. Nothing makes us happier than this pizza ice cream. They keep saying that. Who said you can't have both, the best of both worlds? Put aside any notion that you have that you can't have your pizza and ice cream together in one crazy delicious flavor. Truly, the one thing missing is the salad course, but we'll save that for another day.
uh-oh.
Yes, in fact, we will. Okay, so here are the ingredients.
D-herd pizza.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah, I'm about to give you one of these pints to take with
I
you.
want this mac and cheese.
It's legit.
Have a
Cream, milk, cane sugar, tomatoes, unbleached flour, brown sugar, cream cheese, egg yolks, water, canola oil, invert sugar, mozzarella cheese powder, spices, cornstarch, tapioca starch.
Unbleached
Yeah.
flour. Would it kill you to bleach your flour once in a while?
Some
Come
people.
on. I'm kidding. Go the extra mile.
Right. You're in
Look
Walmart.
at the
for heaven's
profanity
sakes.
on the top of this thing.
Oh, those
the
are words you
label.
can't even say on the radio.
Yes, you can.
Guys, he's having an existential crisis right now. He just ate the.
Which did you have the mac and cheese? You have to talk.
You're not bringing that to dinner.
Pizza. This is pizza ice cream. This
And
is
Earth Day.
Yeah, Earth Day. That
Planet
a little,
Earth?
little much. I
Yeah,
don't think
bring me
they
Earth Day.
kind of oversold that one a little
have
bit.
that. I don't know that I would eat that again. Oh my god, this looks terrible. This looks so bad. Is this for these?
I think Earth Day was the least unique so
Bring
far.
me Earth Day.
Thank you.
This is the pizza. This looks like whose bowl is this? This looks like some sausage I'm putting in here.
Oh,
Is there
man.
sausage in it?
I don't know.
Is
but
there meat in it?
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's definitely pizza sauce though.
Who else is here? Look at this. Look at this, folks. This looks like it looks very gross.
Here we go.
Oh, don't scrape it on me.
I'm not putting it on Hannah, just for the record.
Wow, man, these are weird flavors.
It's pizza ice cream. Did you get some?
Oh my gosh.
You got the most.
scared.
That's
I'm
the
so
most
scared.
Yay or nay?
tomatoey looking pizza that I've ever
That's
seen.
Looks like
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know unless someone tells me I have to. I'm gonna eat this pizza because I feel like my stomach is turning.
Ew, why
looking
did I
at this.
smell it?
Have
Terrible idea.
you haven't had this one yet?
No, the only one that I had tried before here was the mac and cheese.
You have to
Oh.
eat it.
it's not. It's
Yeah, try
not
it.
what you think.
It is
There's cinnamon in there somewhere.
No, that definitely is yeast.
yeast. Yeah, he probably can pick out all the different.
Wow.
It's got a weird texture.
Weird.
It's really weird. These are good. Whoever is creating these is doing a very good job.
I like
Van Leeuwen. You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys are gonna have to fight over who gets to take over, take
No.
home what. No, Hannah's nixing the and on the break, D, you can try.
Earth Day.
You can dig out. You can try them all if you want to. I think one.
I'm sorry, that mac and cheese got me.
Did you taste it?
Yeah, I did.
Doesn't it taste exactly like Kraft mac and cheese?
That's the bad part about it.
Do you like Kraft mac and cheese?
No, I am a real. Look,
Well, if you got a problem with Kraft to begin with,
Yeah. Well,
there's
you
nothing
only like
craft-
real mac and
there's-
cheese?
There's
Like, what is
nothing
that?
crafty about it. I'm sorry.
well, it's we've talked about this before, but like if you're gonna get a McDonald's cheeseburger, you don't compare that to other cheeseburgers. It's like its own branch
True.
off on
This
cheeseburgers.
is true. This
So
is true.
Kraft mac and cheese is kind of one of those things.
I mean, it's different. I always wanted to try it though. First, because I did a story on it once before. So
Mhm.
yeah, I was definitely like, oh, they got the mac and cheese.
yes, we do. Oh, Brad, your favorite one?
My favorite one was the hot honey.
What about you, Trisha?
Where is the hot honey?
Right
Hot
here.
honey and then pizza, actually.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. What's
Yeah.
your favorite,
Hot
Ryan?
honey and pizza. Same thing.
Wow. You're gonna try some more, D. You can tell us when we come back.
I liked Earth Day the most.
Really?
Mhm.
I think the hot honey was my favorite.
You would. You're making
Sounds
Odyssey
like a
happy.
chicken wing.
Why?
She likes Earth Day.
Oh.
One thing.
Yeah,
What's your
one
one
thing.
thing?
What are you
my
talking
one
about?
thing is that I ate
The
ice
Annie
cream a
Frey
couple weeks
Show
ago.
loves Earth.
Of course.
Hey, this does not get him going out to the dairy, does it?
No, that's still
Okay.
happening.
I
We're
just
gonna go
making sure.
meet some cows so that Ryan can drink straight from the cow. That's
That just
his
doesn't
request.
sound
We're gonna do
right.
it at night so that nobody knows we're there.
And I'm gonna video it. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We only
cannot
need
wait.
about 60 people to get to 3,000 subscribers. We'll be back. Don't forget at the end of the show, a little Annie, are you okay? And when we come back, maybe we'll get the results of the YouTube live chat poll. Which show member do you most relate to? Annie, Brad, Trish, or no, not Trisha. Sorry, Annie, Brad, Ryan Wiggins, or Hannah. And if it's Trisha, then comment. They only let me have 4 options. Get your vote in, and we'll get to the results in a minute. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
She's all up in my head now. Got me thinking that it might be a good idea to take her with me.
Decision 2022 is happening. Are you ready to decide? The primary candidates are here because they want to talk to you. Decision 2022, right here, right now, on 97.1 FM Talk.
Home title theft. That's the identity fraud you really need to worry about. Why? Because home title theft is on the rise. It's devastating, and you can even get evicted from your home. Look, credit card and bank identity thefts are a nuisance. But if a thief gets your credit card, the card company handles it. And the same with your bank account. Your bank covers it. But when a cyber thief forges his name onto your home's title, he can take over your home and even have you evicted. That's why you should protect the legal title to your home with Home Title Lock, America's leader in home title protection. The instant they detect a foreign or domestic cyber thief tampering with your home's title, they mobilize their U.S.-based experts to help shut it down. Protect your most valuable asset. Go to gettitlelock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. And use promo code RADIO for 30 free days of protection. Again, that's gettitlelock.com. Promo code RADIO.
Stewart's American Mortgage. When you reach out to Stewie, you can talk to him about your home purchase that you're trying to make. Of course, you certainly are, as the market is continuing to be on fire, when it's difficult to get your offers in on a home that you might be trying to purchase. The truth is, when you are putting an offer in, you need to be super competitive on what you offer and what kind of buyer you are. Working with Stewart's American Mortgage for that home purchase makes you an incredibly competitive buyer, because when you don't have to pay the fees that everybody else out there is going to charge you for, you're going to be able to use that money and maybe put it on the offer. Plus, they let you close in about 14 days. That's nearly unheard of. So if you're looking to purchase a home, get your mortgage done through Stewart's American Mortgage at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Google the bagel on NMLS number 226715.
Real estate prices are through the roof, right? Home buyers are paying way over asking price. You're tempted to sell, but you're not 100% sure you're ready to move. In a perfect world, you could sell your home for full value, bank the cash, and continue living there as long as you like. Well, I found your perfect world at Truehold.com. This is life-changing. Truehold will pay you 100% of your home's value, 100% in cash right now. And here's the best part. You don't have to move unless you want to. You can stay in your home as long as you'd like. Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays you 100% of your home's value in cash within 30 days. Use your cash to do anything and everything you've dreamed of doing. Travel, pay off debt, or buy that new right-size home on the golf course. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com and discover the smarter, faster alternative to cashing out your home's full value without having to move. That's 855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
Men, did you know that over half of all males suffer from ED or PE? Both of these conditions are highly treatable.
Ladies, if your man is suffering from ED or PE, he should talk to the specialists at Paramount Men's Medical Center.
If you're not the man you used to be in the bedroom because of ED or PE, the specialists at Paramount Men's Medical Center offer custom blended medications.
There's no pain or surgery. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues, not a problem.
If Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down,
Men are now lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer. And best of all, it's affordable.
for a private consultation with our highly skilled physicians at Paramount Men's Medical Center, call 314-720-8254.
That's 314-720-8254. You'll see results on your first visit, guaranteed, or pay nothing for your consultation.
Call Paramount Men's Medical Center at 314-720-8254.
Wealth-changing question. Is your investment portfolio really customized? Some advisors say they customize portfolios, but all they really do is ask you a few questions, then put all your money in a model portfolio. At Creative Planning, each of our private wealth management clients' portfolios is unique. Your investment mix will be based on your custom financial plan. If that's not how your money's managed, you aren't getting the customization you deserve. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
So you guys take the ice cream out and put it in the freezer?
Yeah.
People, Reardon saw on Twitter that I put the picture up yesterday, and I invited him to participate. He gave us a big NO.
Yeah.
Not interested.
I wonder if he's
not a mac and cheese ice cream kind of guy.
But I thought he was kind of a foodie. I may be wrong, but I thought that he was.
I can understand why a foodie wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, I guess I'm too, but I really like anything that I've never tried. I will try it once.
You like weird things?
especially food. If it's a flavor that people are advertising, this is different. I want to try it.
I'm gonna be honest. I was feeling really good about it. I thought each flavor brought its own unique thing to the table, and now I'm really regretting eating all of those so quickly all together.
It's kind of hitting you.
I'm like, oh,
I think the pizza one at the end.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't think I can do that.
It's mind over matter. Mind over matter. Well, mind over ice cream at this point.
Yeah.
He's like, let's meditate on it.
All right. We have quite a few people on the Anti-Fry YouTube channel right now, and that poll question is up right now. And Hannah is going to give us the poll question and the results. And when we say results, it's kind of like election night. We're going to give you the results now. It could change by the end of the show because the poll's still open.
People are still saying they wish they could change their vote. But
okay, well, let's
Wait,
go.
what does that mean?
Well, let's tell us what the poll is, Hannah, and Dee, you can weigh in on what you think about this. Oh, you did?
I did.
Well, then we'll hear it in real time after she says what your answer is. Okay, Hannah, let us have it.
Okay, the poll question was, which show member do you most relate to? Options are Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or myself. We had 104 votes, and the poll has been changing all day. I've been watching this very closely. People say they most relate to Ryan Wiggins.
That's so ridiculous.
That makes me scared for our society. 41% of people said they related to him the most. Then they said they related to Annie. 33% of them said that.
Aaron on YouTube said Annie is going to pull out some ballots from under the table. No, that's not true.
At 2 a.m. tonight.
That's not true. If Ryan Wiggins is relatable here, then he can stay.
Man, what would have happened if I didn't win that poll? I was in trouble.
I know.
You
remember
that?
we were talking about losing the job and Stevie out the door?
Yeah.
I
didn't know how much was on the line. So thank you, St. Louis.
Tons of people left comments.
As I said, the poll still has till the end of the show to complete when we end the broadcast at 3.
Then what we need is a resounding Wiggins win if you want more Wiggins on Saturday morning.
And if you don't, you know what to do.
Turn off the radio.
Or you've really changed the purpose of this poll as a referendum on you.
Yes.
And now the people will speak. So we'll see if your votes go up or down. What else we got here?
We got tons of comments. People have said, or Doug from YouTube says, most people would say I'm a lot like Wiggins, but I say more like Brad, which means that I'm more like Wiggins. Jackie from YouTube says, I definitely relate to Annie. She takes the words right out of my mouth, but I love all of you guys. We actually had a few comments saying
Jackie.
they didn't like the poll questions. That was interesting.
I thought you were going to say didn't like a particular person.
Let's see. D.
Why didn't they like them?
I don't know.
They just said, I don't like this question.
Well, they said, let me find it.
They're huge Trisha fans.
The poll is horrible. Why do you want
All
to?
my mom. Trisha 971. Trisha 971A. Trisha 971B.
Which version of Trisha do you like the best?
The Rover on YouTube says this poll is horrible. Why do you want to ruin your show? Because it will create animosity.
I guess we've ruined it here.
Which it did.
I thought it was going to be the Kraft mac and cheese that ruined the show.
No, not at all. That ruins after the show.
Yeah. Each individually.
Yeah.
D on YouTube says, I voted for Brad. He is the smartest on the show.
I hate that comment. There's something about it that really sticks in my craw.
It's the fact that it's not about you.
No, it's just something about Brad being so dang smart. I don't like that.
Jay on YouTube says, I relate to Wiggins, and seeing that only 22% of the responses so far match me confirms it. I follow Wiggins in his randomness.
Thank you, Jay.
So that shows how much the poll has been changing.
Did use the nerdy looking emoji.
Yeah, everybody kind of has to, they say it and then they add something to it. Like, you know what? I'll go with this, but I reserve the right to change this at any moment. And I'm sure how you even feel
Like that
about
person
this.
who commented the other day, like, look at Ryan, LOL. And we didn't even know what it was about. It's
I
just like,
didn't either.
hey.
You
Mark
gotta timestamp these things.
on YouTube says, this is an unfair poll. I feel like I relate more towards Annie, but all of you in some areas. Hannah is new to get a good read, but she reminds me of the younger me. I had a lot of people say they felt bad. I didn't win the poll. I don't know what that means.
You got votes.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I'm a mix of everybody on the show. probably except for Ryan. Don't think we're very similar. But
let's read Andy's comment right now. Andy on YouTube just said, I relate to Wiggins, but whoever's the biggest Wilson Phillips fan can steal my vote.
Yeah. Is anybody in the room really passionate about Wilson Phillips? Or
we all know.
No.
Don't act like this isn't your thing.
Well, I will say cornered. This. I love watching 80s videos. I don't even care if the music is on. They're just great to watch.
I watched the whole Hold On Wilson Phillips video last week with the sound off, and it was unreal.
They're just running their fingers through the sand and singing as loud as they can.
How do you know?
Because we watched it together.
Without sound on.
Yeah, but you can tell.
What if they were mouthing the whole time?
They probably are. That's what I'm saying. It's so funny.
For real.
To turn the sound off.
Ray on YouTube says, I'm a longtime listener, new subscriber. Thanks for coming on to the YouTube channel. STL Life 1950 says, I feel bad for Trish. So maybe what people can do is come on to the YouTube chat and just compliment Trisha for the rest of the show.
Yeah, let's do that. That would be great. And then we'll just read them. We'll just go around the room.
Dee, you said you voted in the poll.
Yeah.
I did.
Tell us about that.
Of course, I voted for you.
Yay! Why?
Because I'm just going to speak it into existence. Annie Frey is going to be my new boss.
I'm not the boss of anybody.
Wait, what? What's happening?
Well, he's taking over Wiggins America.
What?
Annie, instead of Wiggins, you're going to hear D2.
So Annie wants to produce Wiggins America on the weekends? Is that what I'm hearing?
Nobody produces Wiggins America on the weekends.
You're right. I'm a one-man band.
The executive producer of the D2 show. How about that?
How many times have you mentioned Wiggins America from 6 to 8 a.m. on Saturdays on 97.1?
Did you just say Wiggins America from 6 to 8 on Saturdays on 97.1?
That's when it used to be on.
What?
Come on, Kyle. Get it together here.
Yeah, Kyle Wiggins.
I need to grab that again. That's some good stuff. Just for reference, that was when Dana Lash called me Kyle. And I made it into a promo. 59
subscribers on YouTube before we hit 3,000. And that would be a pretty cool benchmark for us to hit. Let's take a quick break. Trisha is now accepting your compliments on the YouTube channel, but is going to come back with Annie, Are You Okay? To wrap up this show and hand it over to the Mark Reardon Show to take you home into your weekend. Stick around, more Annie Frey Show in a minute.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show. The Mark Reardon Show.
Attorney General Eric Schmitt, you did issue a statement on the situation with the former Governor Eric Greitens.
As Attorney General, I've prosecuted predators. I know him when I see one, and he needs to step aside.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
If you are shopping this weekend for flooring, make sure you make a swing by one of the 3 Michaels flooring outlet locations here in St. Louis. All of the information you can find easily online at igotfloored.com. They are committed to that really homegrown, family-owned business model that is sometimes lost on us, like, generally speaking, knowing exactly what that product is that they are selling you and what is best for you and offering you customer service that is centered around you. Shopping at Michael's Flooring Outlet is an experience where you're shopping with your local neighbors. St. Louis, like I said, homegrown business. You can find them in St. Peters, Missouri. You can find them in Darting Prairie. You can find them in Creve Coeur. And if you go onto their website at igotfloored.com right now, you are going to be able to schedule an in-home estimate. They have the opportunity for you to look through their stock, what they have available right now, so that if you're going to make a purchase, you can put it in your home relatively quickly. And they're going to walk you through the whole process. Make sure that it doesn't have to start there, but it'll probably end there. Your flooring purchase, go to Michael's Flooring Outlet. Learn everything you need to know online at igotfloored.com.
Paid for by Bank on Yourself. Have you been putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. You've seen what's happening in the market. This is clearly no time to gamble. Can you really afford to lose any more of your retirement savings? Hey, here's the good news. You don't have to lose another penny because there's a better, safer way to save for retirement. And you can learn all about it in a free report. This is the report Wall Street desperately hopes you'll never see. Why? Because this method continues to grow your money, even when the market tumbles, just as it's done for more than 160 years. And it gives you tax-free and penalty-free access to your savings. These are treacherous times, times. And now, more than ever, you can't afford to take one wrong step. So get the information you need today to guarantee your retirement security. Hurry. To get this free report, go to SaveYourRetirementNow.com right now. That's SaveYourRetirementNow.com. SaveYourRetirementNow.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter.com/hire.
Imagine what a new coat of paint can do for the interior of your home this spring. This is Mark Reardon for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro can get it done for you. I've depended on the pros from CertaPro for more than a decade now. They painted room after room, and one of the reasons I keep hiring them is because they simply knock it out of the park, and I don't have to do the work. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Transform your home or business this spring with the help of CertaPro. Get started with a free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
Veterans, whatever you're going through, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studios. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 53 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic mornings and afternoons with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We appreciate you being here, and we appreciate you spending your time with 97.1. We know it's a choice, and we're always grateful when you choose to spend a little bit of it with us. You can join us on the Annie Frey live chat right now. We're going to do a little Annie, are you okay here in a minute? But before we do, we have the poll that's still going on the YouTube chat. Who do you relate to most on the show? And we could only put 4 options, and Trisha wasn't one of them because she's on the show in the 2 o'clock hour on Fridays for the most part. So some people wanted to say some nice things about her.
Yes. Jackie from YouTube says, Trish, you are awesome.
Thank you, Jackie.
Ryan from YouTube says, without Trish, the station would fall apart.
Thank you, Ryan.
That is true. And then let's see. We also have Vicky says, I will say Trisha keeps everyone in line, so I can relate to that.
Well, thank you, Vicky.
And then Kenton from YouTube says, I like Trisha's sleepy voice.
People like your
That's one
voice.
way to put it. Some people do, some people don't, but I appreciate that.
Boy,
Ken.
that is the nature of the business, though,
isn't it?
And women, generally speaking, are harder on other women when it comes to voices. I
Aren't
know,
they?
yeah, and I am as well. But no, it's great to have you in here, and we always appreciate everything you do for us, Trisha.
Thanks. This is the best part of the week.
Let's do a little Annie, are you okay here?
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay with This?
All right, what do you got?
All right. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is proposing giving residents.
I'm not okay with it.
Okay.
Moving on.
No gift cards to help pay for gas. So
No,
this is.
we talked a little bit about this earlier in the show,
I was
but
just going to ask. I apologize if you covered this. It's been a disjointed day.
for all the people who don't listen to a full 3 hours of the Annie Frey Show, how's the plan go? What's she going to do to save the world?
Okay, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot wants to give residents gift cards to help pay for gas. Her proposal would spend $7.5 million on prepaid gas cards and another $5 million on prepaid mass transit cards. 10,000 cards would be given out out each month for the next 5 months using a lottery system. At this point, gas prices in Illinois are higher than the national average, currently sitting at about $4.46 per gallon. Annie, are you okay with the government taking on the gas crisis instead of just like bringing down the cost of oil and giving out gas cards to people
Or
with
in
their
the
own
state
money?
of Illinois, where they doubled the gas tax a few years ago and made it so that it increases every year forever in perpetuity. A penny every year the gas tax goes up. Maybe instead of having to take all of our money for this, you could give us our money back. No, not in a tax holiday form. Stop raising taxes. Cut taxes. Then yeah, maybe we could be happy for that. I'm not okay with that. Anyway, I don't have the sounder. He's got the sounder. I like it.
All right. Another kind of serious but not super serious one. Gender neutral options will be available for passports soon. U.S. citizens will be able to select the gender neutral X as a marker on their passport book starting April 11th. The State Department announced earlier this week. One official says the policy change recognizes the true identity of passport holders. Annie, are you okay with gender neutral passport options? Does it matter to you at all?
It doesn't really matter to me at all. I mean, if there's any sort of battle to be fought over that, it's not for me. And if, is it going to make the country less safe to have people traveling in and out based on what their gender says on there? I don't know that it will. And so therefore, I don't know that it's my concern.
I wondered when this was going to happen because this every time I'd see a government form, you see gender on there. And I'm like, at some point, somebody's going to make an issue out of that. Although in this instance, isn't the point of it, why even have the gender question at all if you have an X on there?
Why does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's the thing that always kind of piques in my interest too. To your point, Ryan, it's like, but if I identify as a girl, why are we not celebrating girls? So if you're at Disney and they're saying ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
yeah, what does that not cover?
Boys and girls, well, non-binary people or people who don't identify as any specific gender, or I mean, part of the conversation that exists, whether I agree with it or not, or anybody agrees with it or not, are people who refer to themselves as gender fluid, which could go back and forth. But you're still saying like, well, if you feel like ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you feel like, just pick,
whichever one.
We're not telling you we're not assigning it.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, you, this thing, or this is, yeah.
But yeah, like the whole construct of gender at this point, like, why is it even in the conversation?
Yeah, and if it's a security question for a passport and you can just put X on it, what's the purpose of even having the thing on there at all?
To Dan's point on YouTube, I guess he's referring to his passport. He says, I identify as a non-terrorist.
Right on.
You can go right through, sir.
Yeah.
You marked the right box.
Maybe that'd be a good box to have checked them. Terrorists or no?
Yeah, terrorists are going to go, doggone it. These new questions are killing us.
Well, you got me.
All right. Next up, Tinder.
Why didn't we think of this? You eat a little mac and cheese ice cream, you get all sorts of good ideas.
Hate America, love America. Oh, gosh, these new ones. Make it a lot easier on the TSA agents, though.
Unspecified.
See, you didn't fill out your love or hate America box there, sir.
All right.
Please start talking before this
Speaking
goes
of
where
trouble
we can't
for
bring it back
terrorists, Tinder is making criminal background checks available on their online dating app, their dating app.
So I don't know the answer to this question. Do you
Okay.
go on Tinder to find a relationship?
Some people do. Some people
Are you looking for a connection?
are looking for something different.
Do some people go on Tinder to actually find like the one?
I would hope so.
I mean, I have a lot of hopes.
Even if you're on
a
Tinder
lot of
not looking
disappointments.
for love, don't you have to put that I am looking for the one?
No.
Oh, okay. All righty.
And if you're not looking for love, what does the criminal history really matter? It's just going to be.
All I know is that if you
Good
put a
point.
dog in your picture, you're more likely to get clicked.
So here's what's interesting about this. So
How do you know
Tinder is
that?
taking
I read that.
He's trying to get catcalled.
Whoa, hey there, fella. Love that golden retriever. What are you doing this
We're
weekend?
whistling at the dog, sir.
So It's like herding cats in this room on a Friday.
I know. We have a new sales assistant who is going to come sit in with us, and I can't wait to have Lindy come sit in. They're like, how about 2:45 on a Friday? I'm like, as a representation of my profession, like my contribution to this building? No.
Like we want her to stay employed and enjoy it.
How does she get to do, what is she doing? Like, how does she get to do that for a living? I'm referring to myself. Like, if you were to come in here and see this for the first time and then like tune in, like, oh, I'm going to listen to more of that at 2:00 on a Tuesday or 12:25 on a Wednesday, you'd be like, this is like a little bait and switch action right now.
Wait a second. Breaking news. 2 different people named Jackie in our chats.
Oh, yeah.
Both said, one says a coworker found a spouse on Tinder. The other one says my son found his wife on Tinder. Jackie and Jackie. Jackie squared. Love Twinder.
I wonder if they're if the son and the coworker found each other.
That. Almost.
Twinder.
How do you know I didn't mean to do that because it's 2 Jackies. Twinder.
What if?
Oh.
God.
You didn't mean to do that.
Maybe Lindy should come in here and finish the show for us. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Are we done with that one?
I didn't even know what the question was. Tinder is, please, we're going to end this live stream very soon. Everybody go to the YouTube channel and vote for Hannah. We need Hannah to you don't need to vote for me, but we need to pool our votes together, people. And please don't let him win this poll. I know that he's already paid people to vote in this poll.
Listen, if you're listening right now, listen.
Listen.
Cover your ears.
If you want me to talk about this for the rest of my life,
I know.
please keep me at the top of this poll.
I'm dying.
Because it'll never go away.
Steve's out there waiting for you. It's okay.
He's out there waiting for all of us.
That's why I need the poll. I need to win this poll so I can have a job.
All right. Well, Tinder only cares about you if you pay them extra to run the background check. Are you okay with them running background checks on people for an extra fee?
Yep.
Okay. She's okay with it.
Seems kind of weird.
You want one more? It's like,
yeah.
Okay. So Bella Thorne poses in naked dress for Morbius red carpet.
Sounds like a low tier news website article.
Yahoo.
And Morbius.
Like, here I am trying to look at the economy and it wants me to look at naked Bella Thorne.
Like, have you ever seen those shirts with the hairy men chest on them?
Mm-hmm.
Like the naked clothes?
Yeah.
That's what she wore in dress form. Are you okay with clothes that look like you're not wearing clothes?
Yep. Can we get one of those for Ryan wear during the show?
Sure.
Do you want it to be a bikini one?
You can get, and then maybe you'll get your cat calls.
Yeah. I want it to just be the pants.
Did you hear right? So someone asked me anything, who would you want to be? And he said, I just want to be a young female and walk down the street so I can get catcalled.
I caught the catcall part, but I'm glad I have context now. Yeah, that seems like a totally appropriate response.
That's why I'm winning the poll, you guys.
Hannah and I both went at the same time. What? It was in lockstep. You guys, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to us on the Odyssey app. And stay right where you are because the Mark Reardon Show is coming up next.
Attention investors. How would you like